Yeah. Yeah. We back on that ass like a rash, goddammit. What's going on, everybody? Happy Saturday. I don't know if y'all just finished watching Nick Ball get his head knocked off, but we're going to get into that too. Happy fight day. Lord have mercy. See, the UK, at least they respect people. They don't have you staying up to no midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, watching no damn fights. Especially for junkies like us. We sitting over there taking no dose, trying to stay up to watch a main event. Ridiculous. Ooh. But anyway, how y'all doing? Let me see who up in here before we get started. We just gonna have some fun today. I got some stuff I want to get after, but we just gonna have some fun today. I got some questions for some of the Shakur fans. So if you're in the building or in the bushes, honey, when I get to the section that's about him, y'all come on out the bushes and talk to mother, okay? Because I got a few questions, just a couple, but I do got some. So anyway, let's see who up in here. Hey, all thanks, Miss Joette, head of security. I feel safer already, baby. Lee Jackson, Opulent. Hey, baby, how you doing? Did you go to that fight, Opulent, to the Tia with Shakur thing? I thought I saw some on your page about that. I gotta talk to you anyway. I need to hook up with you. I need to get my credentials. I ain't trying to keep paying for these fights. Hey, Trey Skills, how you doing, baby? Yes, honey. So obviously, that card done happened and gone. Now we can get ready for the rest of the cards that's gonna be happening this month. Now, y'all know that last Thursday I talked to y'all about Mayweather and his fraudulent little lawsuit that he got going on, and I'm a gloss past him because I still, he got problems. He's being sued now. On top of him filing lawsuits, I don't know what is going on. Everybody is just paperwork happy, okay? Catching paper cuts and all. I don't know what's going on out here. Slogan, what's up, baby? Hey, Marshawn, how you doing? Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, please. What did you say? I'm not trying to fit on what he said. Listen, I just have a few questions that we need some answers to, right? That's all. Not a lot of news happened from Thursday to today. It's only been 2 days. But I did see a few things and I was like, that's interesting. But more importantly, I want to give y'all obviously the fights that are coming up. Now I am hearing some whispers. I heard it by the bushes when I was over there minding other people's business that EJ might be making a return back to the ring. So I don't know how true that is, y'all. I don't know if we are actually going to see him in a fight. But we could talk about that a little later too. I don't know how I feel about that or would feel about that. Um, I definitely don't want him to go out like how, you know what I'm saying, like on that last fight, like on a, you know what I'm saying, like that. I don't want him to go out and be out like that. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that whole situation. And he's Mr. No tune-ups. So we don't know, if he's thinking about taking a tough fight right off the bat, coming back or what, you know what I mean? So, but we're gonna definitely see. We definitely gonna see. Let's get through what's coming up this month. Obviously, that fight we already saw. Listen, honey, it don't matter to me. Either one of them is food for shoo in my opinion. But hey, whatever floats your boat, baby. Now, let's see. Now that we done got through that card, the 15th Zuffa card, once again, I told y'all, F.A. Ajagba, he will be facing Charles Martin as a headline event on the 14th, which is next week. So we're going to see what he got going on the Zuffa. I will check that out for y'all just to see what's happening. Okay. Now, I did get wind that another fight is actually taking place on the 21st, too, if I'm not mistaken. But we know we have this big card on the 21st with Ryan and Rolly, Lord. Ryan, another title shot. No wonder I was confused. This is his second title shot off a loss. But him versus Barrios, we have this card. We know Richardson Hitchens is on there. He'll be fighting Oscar Duarte. Gary Antoine, he is defending his title, fighting his mandatory, and Andy Hiroka. And then we got my boy Frank Martin trying to stay active. He getting in there with Albright. Albright, I don't know. I'm not scared for Frank because I believe he's going to win, but Albright going to make him earn it. I'll tell you that. If I don't see the way he beat up on Kelvin, child, mauled him half dead in there. But I think Frank is a little bit more skilled, obviously, and a little bit more seasoned. So he should definitely be able to come out on top of this one too. But I'm glad he's staying active and he's back in the ring. And then you have Beckham versus Cena. So we'll definitely see. This is the top of the card, obviously. And I'm not really sure what's going on in the little prelims and stuff. I'll peek around and see what I can find. And, I'll get back at y'all, see what else we got going on. I told y'all Sandy Ryan, she's also fighting on the 21st against Katie Zamora. Now, I like Sandy Ryan. I don't really know much about Katie, but this is for the vacant WBC women's junior welterweight. So that's what, 154. I'm telling you, that girl need to get in some shape so she can get down here and compete with some of these other girls. There seems to be a little bit more action in some of the weight class. Oh, you didn't? I don't know why I thought you was over there, baby. My bad. GHB TV. What's up with you? I was just talking about you the other day with Deem. I saw the interview you did with YSM talking about what happened to Tiger. And I was like, see, I need to start hanging out with Greg more, because I said exactly that same thing, but I used a lot more cuss words. So I said, Greg, I couldn't find it. I should have bookmarked it. I couldn't find it on X, but shout out to you for sure. That's exactly how I feel. He need to stay in a child's place if he a child. But nevertheless, so yeah, the 22nd, obviously we know we have the Clarissa Shields card. She will be facing Franchon Cruz-Dezurn in a rematch. Obviously, both of them made their pro debuts fighting one another, and Clarissa Shields came out victorious. And also, they fought 3 times prior to that as well, all through the amateurs, and Clarissa Shields came out victorious in all 3 of those fights. But nevertheless, let luck be a lady, I assume, honey. On the 22nd, she will be trying her hand yet again at the Little Caesars Arena. Y'all, tickets are still on sale if y'all want to go ahead and go. But this is for Shields' undisputed heavyweight title. Also on that card, we have Shay Kennelly versus Danielle Perkins for Kennelly's WBA light heavyweight title. So that's that. On the 27th, we have us a pro box card. Renee Tellez, remember, he's the one that recently fought Kid Austin. So he is back in the ring on pro box. Also, I just remembered that Scooter Davis is also back in the ring on he's on Jetta Promotions. He'll be in the ring on the 21st as well. What did I do with his flyer? Lord, I done did something with the baby flyer. Anyway, Emmanuel Navarrete, he's back in the ring on the 28th. Okay, this is for the lightweight unification. Emmanuel Vargas is also on that card. Vargas is also on that card. And then y'all know the homie Elijah Pierce. He got a fight on the 28th, and that's going to be actually on Prime Video. And he's headlining this card. And also on that card is Lil Manny Pacquiao. He on that card too, child. So we got a lot of fights coming up this month. Oh yeah, I didn't tell y'all about this rematch here. I don't, y'all. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about this. Also, Lester Martinez petitions the WBC for Christian and Billy rematch or an interim title shot. I thought that was extremely interesting. I thought that was very interesting. But this is, as y'all requested, because some of y'all in love with Zuffa. This is the lineup for next week. Okay, F.A. Jagba versus Charles Martin, Umar, I can't pronounce his name, and Ahmad and Nabel and the rest of these people. Yeah, I wanted this, so I don't know. I can't recognize any of these people. If some of y'all know them, then y'all let me know, honey, when I drop the link. And the last fight on this card, which I'm assuming is going to be the prelims, is TBA. So they have not yet got this young man an opponent, but the card is next week. So, if they announce it and they bring it up, then I'll definitely let y'all know what's going on. But y'all make sure y'all smash the like button as y'all come through the building before we get up into this. What's going on? What is up? Let me see what's happening over here. Hey, Shell, what's up, baby? Overrated English Pitbull. Who is that? Hey, Dank, baby. Who's overrated English Pitbull? Y'all start so much trouble. Oh, y'all saw that? Yeah, okay. So obviously we just saw the Nick Ball fight. I thought that Nick Ball did okay until he didn't. I thought he was a little faster. It just looked like, Figueroa caught him with something clean, It happens.
He's going to put his foot to the pedal. Oh, Nick Ball! Drama in the final round. Let me get up from this. He bravely gets to his feet. Steve Quay will give him every chance. He is the world champion, but there's so much time left in the round. And Brandon Figueroa is going to take Nick Paul out here. He's through the ropes. Figueroa has won the world.
So shout out to Figueroa for finishing strong. He is now the champion, honey. So we're gonna see, how quickly he's looking to unify with Shushu. And I also want to know what y'all think he might got for Shushu. So that's definitely interesting. I was watching basically just to see who was gonna win because I was like, oh, I want to see who Shushu gonna be fighting next. Yeah, he did. Hey, AM Sports, how you doing? I didn't know my sister's in here. Miss Cam J, what's up? I didn't even know she was in here. But yeah, he did, Marky. He did get head, shoulders, knees, and toes put on him. But you know what? Oh, there she go. Hey, sis. I ain't see you crawl up in here. Hey, everybody say hello to my beautiful sis, Miss Cam J Network. Yeah, Darren Collins staying on top. I think my favorite show. Listen, honey. I was watching that car and I was like, I thought that Ball was gonna win because he looked like he was quicker, getting to him with the body shots and the jab. He just like he was getting out of the way a little faster. I was like, oh, okay, it might go to decision. Child, I looked up, that thing was on the floor. I said, well, what did I miss? What did I miss? Whatever did mother miss, honey? Lord have mercy. Things be moving. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. And that was the 12th round, wasn't it? That was like the last round. Man. But did y'all see what happened in the ring after that? Ghetto foolishness. Did y'all see that? Oh my goodness. I said, I know they about to try and jump him. I'm telling you, people going jump crazy. Look, yeah, I couldn't believe it. Oh my goodness. Ooh, child. But sorry, Lord have mercy. That was funny. I saw all of them jump in the ring because I'm wondering why they kept pushing. I'm like, well, okay, they in there. I'm thinking he thought that maybe he was going to go over there and try and hit him. I'm like, nah, he was looking like he was. But then I just kept seeing somebody from the other side like pushing the referee back. I saw security jump in the ring. I was like, oh, this is going bad. this is going left real quick. Oh my. Yeah, that was unsportsmanlike, man. Come on, man. You can't be a sore loser like that. Don't do that. Come on, don't do that. But I guess, emotions run high sometimes. So, anywho. Now, back to like y'all say what I'm over here crying about today. I will tell y'all what I'm over here crying about today. Okay. The first thing that mother is gonna be crying about is my homie. Y'all know I don't play. Now, why is everybody scared? Huh? Why is they running? Can we get a damn fight, please? I said this in my last video. No, if he has to start for the first quarter, I am going to be highly upset. Now, I did see this somewhere in the bushes where I was at, that he possibly is fighting Rashidi Ellis, right? Now, last week, and shout out to Dean, he came over and he told us that, Josh Kelly actually signed to do the fight, but now all of a sudden, since he won his fight with Brockman, he acting like he don't gotta fight him. Listen to this.
At a time when, let's be honest, everybody hoped that Josh would win, but nobody truly believed he was going to win.
Yeah.
And not only has he won with class.
Yeah.
He won with class in an amazing event, and the feedback and the backlash from Saturday night has been incredible, and it's probably been more than any of us could have hoped for. And this is a business and it's a sport, so it's time for sort of everyone to stop, look at what the best thing for everyone is.
Translation, we don't gotta fight him if we don't want to. Translation, we think we could get a nicer size bag maybe for less trouble. And then I have some of y'all coming over here, running over here, talking about Boots ain't fighting nobody. He has to be able to get people in the ring, y'all. Okay, he has to be able to do that in order for him to fight people and prove that he is who he says he is. Now, obviously, this issue with Virgil is still whatever this is. We saw in the process, Golden Boy has lost their platform, and in my opinion, it's because they didn't make this damn fight fast enough. So the zone said, "See ya, arrivederci, take your ass over to the swerve." And then we had Josh Kelly. Who knows what might happen with this? I suggested Charles Conwell. That's what I suggested, just so he could have at least a fight in the first quarter, right? Because he didn't take he didn't take any damage in his last damn fight. That was nothing. That was a warm up, So he could have definitely got back. I would have loved to see him in the ring at least. Hopefully, something shake and he could get in there before March or April, at least, man. Give him the first quarter. Now, if Rashidi Ellis is back in play, well, that was just dumb. You just wasted time because you were in play originally. But then you played yourself out asking for too much money. But now it seems as if it's a conversation again, right? So hopefully we will see something. But do you see the name under this? Let me move my banner because we're going to start. I told y'all, 2026, we doing nothing but telling the truth. Why is Virgil even interested in another fight with anybody outside of Jerron Boots Ennis? Can somebody explain that to me? Why are these other two pictures even here? Xander is, Xander, he big Xander, not the little one, unified champ, okay. Toot. Anyway, back to Boots. Why the hell is he in this picture with Rashidi Ellis and Virgil is down here with another opponent? What is this? And then I saw Rick Meridian. What's his name? Backay, whatever. I saw Rick Meridian saying, "Don't give up hope." Right? In my opinion, this is the problem with a lot of these guys. What's going on? Oh, hey, D Free, I ain't see you, baby. Duck Boots. I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it is. I don't know what's happening at 154, but the next person that come over here and tell me Boots ain't fighting no damn body, I'm gonna step right on your damn toe. Because we see the nonsense that he has to go through even to get some of these niggas in the ring with him. And he's not even a champion. Yet the champions don't even want to fight him. This is the classic case of high risk, what they consider possibly low reward, because it's a chance, more than likely a chance. If they get in there with him, they won't have them belts anymore. But you can't run from him forever. What are you going to do? We need to really start. I mean, Rick Meridian, he's always on Instagram with his 4-page of letters, writing out paragraphs and paragraphs that I'd be like, oh God, now I have to read this, crying about all kind of shit. But Oscar's, surprisingly has been semi-quiet. I guess he's trying to get his legal situations together and he's fighting, I guess, to keep Virgil under his banner or whatever he's fighting to try to do. And Rick Meridian is trying to keep, I guess, a little bit of steam on this fight, but it doesn't appear that it's getting any closer to being made, especially when you're introducing other opponents into the mix. There should be nobody in front of Virgil Ortiz but Jerron Boots Ennis, especially since you called the man out in the ring. I don't understand what happened between November and now. It seems like this fight is further away than ever. Yeah. Well, what does that matter, Darren? How do we get to Lima? See, y'all forget facts, bro. Y'all forget. How do we get to Lima? Y'all acting like he just said, oh, give me Lima. No. Jerron has been trying to fight the Virgils. All of these guys, all these promoters keep their fighters away from him. Y'all act like y'all don't see that. How many fighters did he make offers to before he landed on Lima? That is the part that y'all conveniently leave out. Always read the fine print. Didn't I tell y'all that? How many people did Eddie Hearns make an offer to before he landed on Lima? I remember 4? And then he landed on Lima. What you want him to do? Just sit on the shelf and wait? He tried to fight Background. He tried to fight Erickson Lubin. Those two was trying to fight each other. Then Virgil snaked Erickson Lubin from out the damn picture. So what are we doing? By that time, Boots already had Lima lined up. So, okay, Bakram, you go fight somebody else. Y'all acting like y'all don't see these things really happening in 4K. I don't understand what the problem is. Y'all saying he not fighting nobody, but he can't fight people that won't get in the ring with him. I don't understand that. Now, as far as Eddie, y'all know I have mixed feelings about Eddie Hearn, but, from what it appears anyway, it looks as if he is trying. Now, why he did not feed him Conor Benn yet, I don't know. That's what he should have did. As soon as Boots signed to him, he should have fed his ass Conor Benn. But, Eddie has a love for the UK fighters, so I get it. But that was a fight that should have been made immediately. I don't know how many more fights, Boots has with Eddie, but I don't know. It doesn't appear that, obviously this is not Eddie's fault. Um, he can only, he can only put who wants to get in the ring with him in the damn ring with him. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep my eye on this situation. I got a stiletto on their neck. We're gonna get my homie a damn fight. I don't know what's happening. We got to see him back in the ring, man. I don't know why y'all don't like exciting fighters. He should have announced Bakram out the gate to avoid. Darren, you know what? Anyway, he tried to fight Bakram. You forgot that? Didn't Bakram have like a shoulder, a back, some sort of fake injury? You don't remember that? And he needed time to heal. Then miraculously, he was healed up and had a fight lined up. Y'all remember that? Or am I tripping? I don't. It's not about, okay. So I get your point, A-Shell, right? But to me, it's not about that. To me, y'all are all fighters. Y'all should all want to prove that you're the best. See, we talk about this all the time. These boys say that they want to be the best, but they don't want to actually prove it. If y'all think for 1 second, or all of y'all champions, y'all this, y'all that, right? If y'all really like that, or at least y'all think y'all really like that, get a young nigga a chance. This is the same thing that happened to him at 147. Y'all don't remember? It was EJ and it was Bud, not really trying to give him no damn chance. But then they sit around and they downplay him. How you gonna kick a nigga back and that you say ain't really no threat, but you won't show me he not one? That don't make sense to me. What does it matter? First of all, Darren, you know what? When I drop this link, you bring your ass. You bring your ass. Talking about some damn first time he pressed somebody. What are you talking about? Eddie Hearn has made offers to plenty of fighters. Do we have to go back to before he fought Lima? What's going on, Ellie Star? Hey, baby, how you doing? This is ridiculous. Yeah. Darren, when I drop that link, you make sure you don't forget to click it, okay? Because y'all not going to keep on disrespecting him. Getting sick of y'all. Running around here talking about he ain't fighting nobody. What's he done? What can he do if ain't nobody want to fight him? Oh, y'all make me sick. Anyway, we're going to move right along because Mother has more pressing business. I just had to get that off my chest. Now, again, I don't know how many of the Shakur fans are in the building, honey, or in the bushes, but you feel free to jump right on out when Mama dropped that link, okay? Because I got some questions for some of y'all. Now, we discussed this before, and I'm tired of talking about this Negro. Hey, Flappish, how you doing, baby? I am so sick of this boy. Now, listen, we've talked about him pretending to be a figurine. Okay, I'm a little guy, and all these boys are just so much bigger than me. They just towering over me, and I'm just out here trying to make it show you right. We discussed that, right? And then we also talked about how he was stripped. Now, I don't know how I feel about them stripping him, but I did find Mauricio Sulaiman. He was talking about, what they do with the money, because I know that has been a point of contention for a while, when, Bud dropped the belt, and then now Shakur, and then, a lot of questions arise. What do y'all do indeed with that money? So this is him trying to explain what he says the money goes to. And I looked it up, that the little fund, it do exist, but things get a little murky.
When I was asked about it, just in my own little world, I know that there are so many things that need to be paid. You do so many things, and the sanctioning fees are to, in my opinion, to pay others and to continue moving forward and setting up things for the future of boxing and the future champions. Can you just explain a little bit and touch on where some of the monies from the sanctioning fees go?
Sure, thank you. Very important point. Sanction fees. The WBC is a non-profit organization. The only source of income to the WBC are the sanction fees paid. It's a promoter fee that they pay to promote a WBC championship fight, and a percentage, which is in the rules, 3% of the purse of champion and challenger. We do have, in fights that are of high income, we lower the sanction fee as much as possible. And all the money that comes into the WBC goes back to boxing one way or another. We have offices. You have to pay rent. You have to pay all the services. You have to administer. We have 50 employees in Mexico City. We have offices around the world. We have the many social responsibility programs, many committees, a lot of money that goes into research, a funding of many supportive actions for fighters in need. We have the Jose Sulaiman Boxers Fund, which has donated more than $2.5 million. I mean, it's everything is open, and we see it day after day.
Now that's exactly what I told you. I ain't use all that fancy wording like he said, but it is the prestige to belong to a specific club, right? You can't. Oh my God, Eddie, he put it perfectly. Actually, you can't sit down and eat at a restaurant and then act like you don't want to pay the tab when it's due. That's like people, and I don't know, like if y'all ever seen people do this, but I had somebody do this to me one time, and I was so furious. I went in a store one time, and I came out, and a nigga was taking pictures in front of my car like it was his. I just like, first of all, that was the first time I ever seen somebody do something like that, and I was just like stunned for a second, like what the hell is he doing? But if you want something, right? First of all, you earned that. You went out there, you got that. Why are you now acting like it's no big deal? Right? You have to pay to play, bro. It is a prestige. You want to live in a nice neighborhood, you got to pay the cost to live in a nice neighborhood. It's certain things that cost, and sometimes the cost is just your peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? The cost of time, cost of peace of mind, all these things cost, especially when you start getting higher up on that pay scale. Yeah, there's going to be some cost to certain things. So I don't know, but there you go, Mr. Sulaiman. He said what he said. He paid other people. He paid things. You got to pay to play. You know what I'm saying? That's just all there is to it. But this was also him being petty. Look at this comment, y'all. Somebody said, I love you. Thank you for here. Let me move this banner. People so petty. Look at this. I love the WBC. Thank you for stripping. Shakur. Look at him loving this message. Come on now. That's not professional, Sulaiman. I saw that, I cracked up. I said, that is so damn petty. That is so petty. But he made his choice. But that's another thing that we're going to get into. I want to know, first of all, with all of these things coming out, obviously he was on a press run because of his fight with Teofimo Lopez. And he said a few things that obviously don't line up when you put them together. So the first thing was this.
I guess not disagreement, but miscommunication you had with him because you fought in Saudi against Padley. You said you had the biggest bag of your life over there, and you made easy work of Padley. And you had a 2-fight deal with Matchroom, and then for the Cepeda fight you put out on social media, they promised me a certain amount of money, and now they backtracking on that.
2-fight deal, right? That's what the brother said. 2-fight deal, right? This was prior to his Teo fight, so maybe it was the 2 fights before. Padley and then Cepeda. I don't know, because he definitely said this.
To move on from Matchroom, but now Eddie Hearn is involved in this, and this is a Matchroom event. It seems like, I know it's a ring card too, but he's promoting it here in the United States. So what is the state of your relationship with Eddie and Matchroom at this point?
Eddie's my guy. I'm actually not signed to Matchroom, but he's my guy. I'm a big fan of Eddie Hearn, and nothing but respect to him. But I'm glad he's the promoter that's on his card. I'm glad to share the spotlight with his promotional company.
So if he's your guy, how come you're not signed to Matchroom?
I mean, it's just business. If it makes sense, then I will. You know, if it come down to it and that's what makes sense, then we'll do it. But right now, I don't think it makes sense.
Okay, so are you just more of like your own man at this point? Your own entity?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
A free agent, you say? Your own entity, you say? Well, then what in the hell is he talking about?
But in terms of Shakur Stevenson, he signed a 5-fight deal with you guys, did he?
Yeah, around that, yeah.
How many's he got left with you?
I think that was towards the end, but we're working on and looking at what the opportunities next.
Now, that was just a few days ago. Ain't that the president of Matchroom? He don't know how many deals Shakur got left? Somebody is lying. I smell mutiny afoot. Now, we have discussed this several times, okay, about this young man and his damn lies. First, he's a figurine. Then he's a big size guy. You a free agent. Now you got 5 fights. You done signed a 360 with Matchroom. Which one is it? My issue with him is the lies. Y'all know how I feel about that. Y'all know I cannot stand when they sit up there and they lie. They need PR and they know things are not subject to change. Aircraft carrier, please. 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 Listen. All we need to know is what the young man has going on, right? Now, since he is going to be staying at 140 or possibly moving up, y'all can let me know who y'all think is a good opponent for Shakur Stevenson. I vote Gary Antoine Russell. He wants to fight Pitbull or Lamont. I told y'all the other day they were going back and forth on X. So we're going to see what happens with that particular situation and where he goes. He's going to float up and down or whatever he's going to do, because there wasn't, interest between him and Devin Haney. And I showed y'all those the other day too. They was going back and forth on X, about a fight. Devin said he wants the little brother than the big brother. So we'll see if those fights get made and what happens in those situations. But speaking of Devin Haney, right, obviously we know the Mario Barrios card is coming up, and I did put a poll out who everybody thinks Devin should fight next, and surprisingly everybody agreed with me that it should be Ryan Garcia. But they are still out here slandering that boy's name, and he is not having it. Ryan Garcia has had enough of you people, right? He said he was going to speak on it because it's ridiculous. He also did post his VADA test results online. He has been testing this whole entire camp with Mario Barrios, and anybody that continues to claim otherwise will be met with legal action. Okay? He is tired of y'all playing on his name about the little Osterane situation. So stop playing with him. That's what he said. I didn't say that. He said that. Speaking of lawsuits, remember Thursday we talked about how Money Mayweather is now suing Showtime and as Espinoza, saying that he is missing $340 million. Get your hand out of my pocket, nigga. Remember? Okay. Well, Dan Raphael, he, like me, is searching for those actual documents. And this is what he said.
The lawsuit, it's supposed to be in my inbox last night. I'm waiting for it. It didn't show up. I'm hoping I will contact my people again later, and hopefully I can get it this afternoon to actually read the specifics of the suit and what the allegations are. But the fact that Floyd would encounter some financial issues post his boxing career is not in any way a surprise to me. When you see the types of things that, if you believe anything that he puts on his social media, the travel that he does, the places he goes, and the amount of entourage he has, I mean, that's like a money pit. I mean, whether you're flying on private jets or you're staying at first class hotels, or you're, buying expensive jewelry and cars and bags and you name it. I mean, it's all good when you're making those gigantic paydays and they're coming in, a couple times a year. You're making 40 million here and 25 million there, or even more, 100 million plus, when he fought the big mega fights with guys like Conor McGregor and Manny Pacquiao. But when that stops, that money doesn't, it goes. So I can't speak to what his exact situation is, but I have covered boxing long enough to see plenty of superstar fighters that made crazy amounts of money file for bankruptcy. I mean, I covered Mike Tyson's bankruptcy and Evander Holyfield's bankruptcy, and I can name others. I mean, we've seen plenty of guys who have been in financial distress. The fact that Floyd is in that situation now is not a surprise. And then you look and see, he's trying to make an exhibition with Mike Tyson that's been announced, even though there was no specific date. And he's talking about doing other kinds of things also. So, hopefully he can get his stuff together. But I mean, honestly, the allegations about the 340 million, it just didn't ring true to me, because Al Heyman, who is not named in the suit, but apparently is supposedly part of this problem, whatever. But I mean, I've known Al Heyman and covered Al Heyman's fighters and his business since the day he stepped in boxing in like 2002 with Vernon Forrest. And all that time, and literally in terms of the PBC, couple hundred fighters that he's dealt with, maybe not personally, but that his team is and his company, to a fighter, you never hear anybody, even when they're retired and they're not with Al anymore, nobody talks bad about him. In fact, if you ask most fighters, they'll tell you how good to them that he has been. that type of money that they've helped him make and the person that he's paid and the guidance that he's offered. I think the only fighter I've ever heard speak in any way negative about Al Heyman was Adrian Broner, and consider the source.
Yeah.
So, I can't make a really strong opinion about the lawsuit because I have not read the complete lawsuit yet. And I just don't know, but it didn't ring true to me. And if you were missing 340 million, I don't know why it took 10 years to figure it out.
Okay. And I said that same thing on Thursday. Why the hell it took you 10 years to realize you're missing it? But I did, like I said, read the article. And it's crazy that Dan Raphael cited that because that is exactly what was cited also in the article. Remember I told y'all he cited specifically the Pacquiao fight and the Conor McGregor fights. That he somehow says that money was diverted into a separate bank account outside of his own. So we're definitely going to see. I spent all morning looking again. Apparently it hasn't been fully released yet. I don't know what the holdup is. He want everybody in his business so much. He want attention. Let mother see what's in that lawsuit. But yes, he is looking to recoup some lost funds. I'll say it like that. I'm not going to say what else I was going to say. He's looking to recoup some lost funds that he feels may have been mishandled or, taken from him during the time where he was a boxer. But like Dan said, and like pretty much we all said last week, when you're no longer having that income come in and you're still spending money like that, money is going to flow out obviously quicker than it was flowing in previously. And it seems that once again, Mayweather has gotten himself into some more legal trouble. It appears as if he's being sued by all type of people, honey. The jewelers are suing him, the car people. He done rented some properties in Manhattan. They suing his ass. So I don't know what is happening. I don't know if he's trying to get ahead of some things. I smell a bankruptcy file coming on. I don't know. But I will definitely keep y'all in the loop on what the hell Mayweather has going on, because it just seems a little fishy to me that now, maybe, 10 years later, that you're coming out and saying that you're missing some money. Mayweather doesn't strike me as the type of person who doesn't pay attention to all of his money. As y'all can see, he flashes it. He takes it out everywhere he goes, takes bags of it everywhere he goes. So he doesn't strike me as the type of person that would let something like that happen. Unless back then he was, trusting and relying heavily on the faith of his accountants and whatnot. But those are the people you need to be suing, baby. The people that you hire to watch your money that was not watching your money, those are the people you need to be after. But we know that PBC, they have airtight contracts, and so good luck with him. I can't wait to see what type of evidence he produces to support his claims of mishandling of monies, especially $340 million. So I am extremely interested to see what happens in this case, and I'm going to watch the other cases as well that he has going on, because as I said, there's a building owner in New York who came out and said that he owes them money for unpaid rent, for a loft or something that he purchased from them. He made like one payment and then defaulted on the rest. There's some jewelry stores that says that, you know how they give them, I guess, some pieces and, you pay them later, whatever. He never paid them. So all kind of things are going on with Money May right now. And then I saw online he gifted his grandson like some property or something. So I don't know what's going on. But to say that you're missing $340 million, 10 years later, you don't know how that happened. That's a little preposterous to me. He made a lot of bad investments. Hey, Tulsi, I didn't see you sneak up in here. You got to watch her. She might got that cape on. She heard us talking about Clarissa earlier. Nah, but I know he made a lot of bad investments. There was an investment I was reading about. This was a while ago, too. I heard that the young ladies that worked at his gentlemen's club, I heard that they were on strike at a time because he wasn't paying them. So I'm just not sure what he has going on. Maybe he has a lot going on and sometimes things fall through the cracks. I don't want to just sit up here and say he does bad business intentionally, because I don't know if that's true or not. But I will say this, he need to get a handle on some of this shit. Okay, because it's getting out of control. And I don't know if this is his way of trying to get some money from out of shake down the Showtime child. I don't know what's happening. But 340 million, that's a very specific number. And I would like to know how he came up with that number, where he got those figures from. just out the blue one day. Was you keeping a paper trail for 10 years, or like what transpired, how all of that happened? I don't know. But that's the update on Money Mayweather. And there's more lawsuits. Now they are against him. He done filed one and got 5 back. So he might want to just stop. Okay. But back to the figurine core is what they call them. Okay. Here is where we are now. And the link is in the chat, so y'all let me know. Shakur Stevenson and where he goes from here. He is at 140. Now, he did say that he might go up to 147. As we know, he wants rehydration clauses for a couple of the gentlemen at 147 because he's this itty bitty little man. Okay. And he's going to need some help. Okay, if he wants to go up there, or as he said, if they want him to go up there. But I do not specifically remember either of them, although to be fair, Devin Haney did have his name on that list, right? And I criticized Devin Haney for putting his name on that list. Why do you have a 135-pounder on your list when you're at 147 pounds? That didn't make any sense to me then. It don't make no sense to me now. However, when Shakur Stevenson went on Ariel Helwani and he said that he wanted to fight Conor Benn at 147, that opens up the floodgates. Well, hell, since you'll go up to 147 to fight Conor Benn, while you're up there, you might as well fight Devin Haney. The same way I feel about Devin Haney, now all of a sudden he's worrying about what Xander Zayas has going on at 154. You put a toe in that 154 pool, you better be trying to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. I don't want to hear about nothing else. The cherry picking has to stop. Okay. And I know some of y'all are accolade people, and I understand that. I'm about the opposition. I don't give a damn. This Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis, that ain't for no damn belt, but it is a good matchup, and I would like to see it. Okay, do not tell me you're fighting for a belt just because the man that cuts your hair has a belt. You want to fight him. No. Get to the killers and the dealers. Okay, you are at 147 now, which is a ghost town. I don't care what y'all talking about. 147 is dead. Okay, put it on the respirator or throw it out back. I don't know, but it's until these boys move up or until some real smoke come around here, 147 is the safest place for him to be. However, he has unfinished business with Ryan Garcia that I would like to see him get back in blood, as he said he wanted. I know Bill said he didn't want to fight Ryan because Ryan was a crackhead or whatever the hell he talking about. But Devin needs to prove that the only reason Ryan beat him was because of osturing. I need that proof, and I need it definitive. I know y'all say that, but we don't know that. We saw plenty of people this year beat boys on the juice. Okay? We saw Fabio Wardley. Now, you can't tell me them cokeheads ain't strong. He beat Joe Parker. Okay. We just saw Dalton Smith beat Subriel Matias. He was on that Ostarine. Prior to that, we saw Frank Martin when he fought somebody was on the Ostarine or on the juice. There's plenty of people that are still juicing and still get their ass whooped. So I don't want to hear that excuse. We've heard enough of it. I would like in 2026, either y'all just make the fight or just move the hell on and stop talking about it. Yeah, he definitely did whoop his head. They said, talking about saying now they practice what they preach. Yeah. I mean, listen, that's my biggest issue, right? You can't say that rehydration clauses are trash or they're whack, and then you ask for one. Listen, I'm not saying that's not even a good idea. I'm just saying you can't criticize people for doing it and then go do it yourself. And you are the one asking to go to these weight classes. You are the one that told Conor Benn you would cook him. He wasn't thinking about your little ass. You at 135. What are you thinking about you for? But here we go with the school of Bud Crawford. How these boys do. They pick somebody in different weight classes, but at the same time still trying to make themselves feel and look small. Anybody else notice he was wearing big clothes all through this media and all through the fight promotions and everything? He always had on something baggy. Did y'all not notice that? I noticed that. It's just... Anyway, I told y'all before about the all-women's card that's coming up in April. Okay, after MVP has signed more of the girls, y'all know Jake Paul is in charge of the girls. Okay, so obviously they have their all-women's card coming up in April. There was their press conference. I didn't get to watch the whole entire thing, but I want to play y'all this from Caroline Dubois, and then I'm going to go into her and her little opponent and all that other kind of stuff. But listen to her.
Caroline Dubois, welcome. Good to see the belt in front of you there. I know how hungry and determined you are to add to your collection. think you've called this a legacy fight. Sum it up for us. What would a unification win over your domestic and now world rival Terri Harper represent for you at this point in your career?
It represents the start. First of all, I want to thank everyone here for coming, supporting women's boxing, supporting, the women here today with me. And I'm very happy, very excited to be headlining. This is amazing for me. This is the start. And I'm happy and I'm thankful to Nikisa, to Jake Paul, to MVP for making it happen. And I can't wait. Honestly, as I said, this is the start. This is the start of my future, my legacy, of my greatness. I believe that, I believe I'm going all the way. And it starts with Terri.
Does it matter who's in the way? And the reason I ask that is because it is no secret that the two of you have exchanged pleasantries on social media. Now, in person, we're looking forward to hearing what you have to say to each other. But it is a domestic rival on the world stage. So in that regard, is it even more of a motivation to get to unification and ultimately undisputed? You have to get past Terri Harper.
I called her irrelevant because I believe that she is. I'm not focusing on Terri Harper. I never have and I never will. I'm focusing on the belt. I'm focusing on my future. I'm focusing on my legacy. My legacy starts with becoming undisputed at the lightweight division. Unfortunately for Terri, she's the one holding the belt. So that's who I've got in my mind. But if it was anyone, and I mean anyone, it wouldn't matter. My energy would be the same. My intensity would be the same. My mindset would be the same. My work effort will be the exact same, and my performance on fight night, April 5th, will be.
Child, let me tell y'all something. Caroline Dubois is a dog, okay? She is absolutely a dog, and I have no doubt that she is going to get in there and handle business against Terri Harper. Now, Terri Harper has a record of 16-2-2, I think, like that, and Caroline Dubois, as we know, she just graduated to 12-0. On her last performance on the MVP card. We all know, I think I told y'all this before, but we all know her end goal is basically Alicia Baumgardner. Okay, we know that. That ain't no surprise. That ain't no secret. She wants to fight Alicia Baumgardner. Alicia Baumgardner told her, get your weight up, not your hate up. And clear out your division, come up, we'll make that fight. I think that's what they're gearing up for, is a big fight between them. We need like some deep-seated rivalry to get more eyes on the, women's boxing. Like I said, we do have that card coming up at the end of the month with Clarissa Shields and Franchon Cruz-Dezern, and obviously Danielle Perkins. The last person she beat is on the co-main of that card as well. So we'll see how things shape up. The first quarter of the year is starting out good. I'm excited to see Frank Martin back in the ring once again. I think he's going to beat Albright, although I do see Albright making it rugged. He's just a rugged kind of fighter. And, we just saw him put head, shoulders, knees, and toes on, Keyshawn Davis's biggest brother. Oh my goodness. There will be no Alicia's Baumgardner slander 2 cent. Child, I'm telling you. Now, listen, I understand that for this is going to be a big deal for them, right? April 5th, the all-women's card, so it got to be nothing but bangers. She's headlining the card, so she got to come out here and make it do what it do. And then hopefully we'll see O'Shea on one of these cards, and we'll see Tierra Brown on one of these cards, because, he's also just signed them too, Leanne Cruz. So he's definitely building a stable of women's boxing. And soon, she doesn't have a lot of opponents right now, but soon Clarissa's going to have to really think to herself whether or not she wants to go back down. Because that just appears to be where all the smoke is. We don't really have time to continue to see her recycle opponents. Okay, we don't have time to continue to allow her to just, how do I put this? Play in our face. Okay. Soon she's going to have to sit back down with Jake Paul. I know she said she sat down with them before. Things didn't work out. So hopefully they can revisit that, because she's going to have to trim off some of this weight and get back down to a size where at least it's going to be competitive with her, because at heavyweight, there's really nobody up there for her. She don't want to fight Rachel. You know what I'm saying? I saw her talking trash to Michaela Mayer online. So maybe, but that's at 154. If she brings Michaela Mayer up maybe to 160, 168, maybe they can, meet somewhere around there. But just kind of switching up the opposition. That's my major gripe with her. Outside of that, I don't care about y'all. But I definitely would like to see her, mix it up with some of the MVP girls. And she said she was open to fighting some of his girls. I'm trying to think. No, Sugar is at 154, I think. There's nobody in her weight class. She's gonna have to, if she wants to compete, she's gonna have to slim down just a little bit. I didn't see that, Butcher. I didn't see that, Butcher. She's not gonna fight Shadeja. I thought she said, "Hey, Quee baby." She said she was gonna fight Shadeja. She said Shadeja was after Franchon. That's what she said when she did the interview with Brian Custer. So now she's not gonna fight Shadeja. I don't understand. Anyway, I can't be bothered with all of that foolishness. I can't be bothered with all that. I'm not gonna do her too much because I know two in here, and then my brother, his wife, they don't like when I talk about her. Yeah, thank you, Star. Somebody in here with some sense. That's all I'm saying, Star. That's all I'm saying, girl. I just want to see her get in here with the competition. Is if she can get down to 154, which I don't know if she can get down that low. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't know if she can get down to 150, 54. But I know if she tried and she trained and she stopped eating all of that stuff that she be eating, she could probably get down to 168. She definitely probably could get down to 168. Okay, Butcher, I didn't see that, so I can't really talk too much about, but I will say this. I have made a video before about her double talking about Shadeja and, saying that because she lost one time, she doesn't deserve a fight. And I told you how I feel about that kind of stuff right there. That's just plain ridiculous to me. It's a lot of people are off that Mayweather shit, and they got to stop it, right? Because that's how all of these boys are keeping their O's, because they're afraid to fight each other. That's just the truth. But I will say this. Being that she claims she doesn't want to fight Shadeja because Shadeja lost to Franchon. Well, guess what? Franchon lost to you. And Franchon also lost to Savannah Marshall, who Shadeja beat. Triangle theories do not work. And she knows that. I don't even know why she's using that. It's just an excuse if you ask me. But hey, that's just if you ask me, I don't know. They still beefing. Quick. Sometimes she said they beefing, sometimes she said they not. Hey, band up, baby. Sometimes she said they're good. I know at the dinner that they just had recently with Turkey, with all of them was looking like they sold their soul. She claimed that they talked and everything was okay, but now Butcher is saying that she's saying she don't want to fight Shadeja. I don't know. It is what it is. Some of these people, they move very fraudulently. And I'm not sitting up here saying that Shadeja would win. I'm just saying I would like to see you fight somebody we haven't already seen you fight. And I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for you to switch up opponents when you're charging people. I just don't understand that. But I don't know. We'll see what happens after she fights Franchon. Hopefully she did drop some of that weight. I did see her the other day. She had like a video where she was like working. I was like, oh, she did drop some of that weight. So hopefully she's starting to shift her focus from him to her. You know what I'm saying? And we'll see what happens when they get back up in that ring at the end of this month. I did hear also that who's walking her out? Bootsy, I think, is walking her out or something like that. And then I told y'all the undercard. So far, I only know about like the 2 fights. I don't know if she has any she has any men on that card, but so far I just saw the Danielle Perkins and I saw the other young lady. I think that other young lady might be signed to her, so I'm not really sure. But for the most part, that was pretty much the card. And obviously they're going to be in Little Caesars Arena again. But I would definitely like to see her find out what her market value is outside of her hometown, and outside of just that little area that she's in. I want her to have a fight on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Try having it in Madison Square Garden so we can see what your market value really is. Because you're a hometown hero, so obviously 90% of them are going to come out and support you. But we need to see where you measure up with the rest of the women outside of your hometown. So we'll definitely see. when she get down, you are Clarissa. She'll get down to 168 pounds when you get down. Well, baby, first of all, you look like you got about 6 necks in that picture, okay? So I don't know what it is you talking about. Mother ain't never weighed no damn 200 pounds, so you can miss me with that bullshit. But it nevertheless, okay? Go wash your neck, baby. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yes, I am a critic, and you'll be and what else? And what else? And you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Click the link, it's pinned. Y'all crazy out y'all damn mind. Can't nobody criticize her. Are you crazy? She charging people for them tickets, ain't she? Okay, then I got a right to say what I will and won't pay for. And what I won't pay for is a recycled opponent. What I won't pay for is to see you fight somebody with only 5 damn fights. Because didn't Danielle Perkins only have 5 damn fights when she fought her? Y'all better not turn me up tonight. I'm trying to behave. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, come over here trying to attack me with 6 necks. Boy, you better go sit down. Who doing a farewell tour for PBC? Aircraft. You know, it's interesting that you people sit up here and criticize the PBC because the PBC is the only one who actually still has a platform. I'm so sorry. Top Rank is over there on the Tubi, okay? Golden Boy, who was popping shit about Top Rank being on Tubi, is now on Swerve, okay? It seems to me that the PBC and the Prime, baby, are fine, okay? Maybe you can go and put you in an application. Tell some of them fighters going over there, okay? Talking about the PBC. You need to be ashamed of yourself. He the only one out here doing something. You got Mayweather out here now with these false accusations, with this farce of a lawsuit. Some of y'all just crazy. Lord have mercy. Hey, Blue, how you doing, baby? No, that was it. I just wanted to cover, I wanted to ask, none of the Shakur fans can come up here and tell me why he lies so damn much. Is you or is you not with Matchroom? Because the president said you is. Okay, we don't care what you said because we don't heard you say several things in the same sentence. Remember when they asked him who was the A side and he said, I'm the A side, and they said, like, no, who's gonna be walking out first? Oh no, T.O. the A side, but we know I'm really the A side. Delusional. Damn shit. Oh, hell no. Security, please be advised that frequent flyer has entered the building. Now he is welcome to stay as long as he behaves. But if he trip, empty the clip. Okay? We don't have time for you tonight, frequent. We don't know what you want or care. Frequent, did you participate in my poll that I had on the community board, baby? Who should Devin fight next? Did you vote? Go on over and vote, baby. Go vote. We want to know what you think. We want to know who you think Devin should fight next. Yeah, go do that. It's funny that he said the little brother than the big brother. Ciao. I have heard, and I don't know, I wasn't able to get my hands on it, but I did hear that possibly Tiger might be pressing charges against those thugs who assaulted him at the arena during the weigh-in of Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. So I will definitely let y'all know what's happening with that. But I think it's true because Devin also made a comment on X that, he can't really talk about it because it's, a legal situation. So it's possible that there is going to be some sort of legal recourse for Tiger after he was assaulted and attacked by those vicious thugs. So we're going to see. We're definitely going to see what happens. But no, he's not. I don't blame him at all for that either. I can't blame him for that. I would do the same thing. I absolutely would do the same thing. If thugs attacked me, honey, at an event, one person with 12 people on top of me. And I did see that video of Devin running out the back of the building.
This nigga's scared.
That's all I'm going to say about that. I saw it, Devin. I saw you push your father to the ground and run out the arena.
This nigga's scared.
What is going on? Lord have mercy. I tell you what, okay. I don't know why Yeah, aircraft. When you get to a certain level in life, honey, you ain't supposed to be doing that kind of stuff right there anyway. And you have to stop traveling to certain places with those kind of people. Those kind of people, you take with you only when you go, to certain places, not to an event where your son is hosting, because you messed up Devin's money. He is now banned from the MGM. Um, Obviously, as we saw, he was supposed to be announcing that fight. He was not at the announcer's table, so we'll see. Yes, honey, you didn't see that video, Star Child. Where is that damn video? Yeah, I don't know. I made that part up. I made that part. I didn't see him push Bill to the ground. I made that up. But I damn sure saw him running up out that arena. I did see that. I did see Bill on the ground too, scuffling, scrapping for his life. 80 years old, outside thugging and bugging. Shame on you, Bill Haney. Remember I told y'all Thursday, Popeye's gone wild. I wasn't playing. I was not joking. They out here crazy, out here scrapping. Bill got up, clothes all wrinkled up, couldn't find his glasses. I said, look at Bill, all out of breath. Come on, man. Come on, man. DHP down bad, yo. They down bad, boy. I said, what in the hell? And then I had the freeze frame. I said, well, who back of the head am I looking at? I said, is that Devin? Devin, you're going the wrong way, baby. The smoke is the other way. But nevertheless, that's what he do anyway, running the opposite direction of the smoke. But I said, you going in the wrong direction. I was so confused. I said, the smoke is... No, Devin, your people, they over there. You're going the wrong way. But then I remembered I was talking about Devin and,
This nigga's scared.
So that explains that. But nevertheless, I am glad that he is seeking legal action. Hopefully they can get that all worked out. Now, obviously, we don't want Devin missing out on no money, but he needs to get his team together, right? They can't be running around here. This is like the third time they've attacked somebody. He has to get them together, or he's going to continue to miss out on money if he does not get them together. He needs to let them know what's at stake. I don't know what type of security they hired, but they might want to step it up in security so they can break up a situation like that when it escalates. There was way too many people involved in that situation. I saw nobody de-escalating and everybody escalating. So they need to definitely maybe spend a couple more dollars and not get them off of Craigslist. Actually go to a prestige security firm where their main job is to protect you and the people around you, not get involved in the ghetto foolishness. So I don't know, but that's just where we are with that situation. I definitely want to see, because I know that Sean Haney will be entering the ring soon. I think he's coming out with his amateur fights is soon. So I want to see how Bill has matched him and what they'll be having going on. And see what little smoke he got, because I've seen him in the ring playing around, I guess hitting the pads and all this other kind of hair foolishness. So we'll see what he got going on. I did post it before when his what is the amateur debut? I think it was. I think Dank 5. I think if you still in here, he the one that told me it was an amateur, because I thought he was turning pro. He's like 17, 18 years old. So I don't understand how it is that he could just now be turning amateur or just now getting in the ring. But we'll see. I definitely gonna look at it and watch and see who Bill's matched him up with. We know he's a master matcher. So we'll see. We are definitely gonna see. What is going on? What y'all say? He won his. Oh, he had it already. Who did he fight? Star. You gotta let me know who he fought, because I want to know. And where can I watch that? Did it happen in the bushes? Did it happen in the bushes, or was it televised? It was in the bushes. Who got that tape? Oh, I thought he was 17. He's just about to be set. Oh, this little nigga popping off of his mouth at grown men. He need to be ashamed of himself. He's about to turn 17. Oh, okay. Yeah. Frequent flyer, don't play games with me. Okay. Let me tell you something, Frequent. I will make you naked in here and have my shooters get you up out of here. Yeah, Star, you gotta let me know, because I was interested. I was actually gonna go to that because I heard it was in Jersey. I was gonna make my appearance, honey. I sure was going in and see what he got. Running his little ass mouth. I wanted to see what he working with. But whatever. So he won his first fight. That's what's up. We'll see. He's 16, about to be 17. First amateur fight, 1-0. Okay. we'll see how he progresses, and I'm sure he'll be matched very well. He'll be signed under the DHP banner and see. Yeah, it was in Jersey, but I mean, who got the film? Was it in the bushes? Damn it, I should have paid closer attention to that. Damn it. Nevertheless, whatever. Well, we'll see. Huh? No, Miss Joette should be in here unless she rolled out. She's a supervisor. And I don't know if Tucson's still in here. She's a supervisor. I know my brother and his wife are supervisors. What is Frequent doing? Frequent, are you bothering people? Are you in here trying to bite people? What the hell going on in here? You know what, Frequent? Stop harassing my people, okay? But yeah, y'all. So that is what we have, okay? Mayweather is still suing people and getting sued his damn self, okay? We don't know what the hell going on with this boy. What's the boy named Shakur? You know, I'm interested to see what his next move gonna be. I know he said he wanted to fight what did he say, Pitbull? He wants to fight Pitbull, or he wants to fight Lamont Roach. So we're going to see which one of those fights come to fruition. He said he's looking for the biggest money fights right now. I'm assuming that would be Pitbull because Pitbull brings his own audience. You know, anytime black and brown fight, you know, they're going to do numbers because the Mexicans have a really strong fan base. You know, Spanish people in general, they really have a strong fan base. So anytime, you know, us paired with one of them, it's always going to be fireworks. I'm interested to see how this fight with Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia. How many of y'all think Ryan gonna win? Y'all let me know. I'm pretty sure the Haney fans don't want him to win, but how many of y'all think that Ryan is gonna win? Hey, heavy bag baby, how you doing? How many of y'all? Really? Yeah, let me know on the low star because I got to be up in there. I got to see what's happening with that little nigga for real. But how many of y'all think that who do y'all think will win? Ryan Garcia or Mario Barrios? I know a lot of y'all don't put a lot of stock in Mario Barrios. Y'all think he trash, but the same can be said about Ryan Garcia. Some of y'all will say. I want Ryan with me too. I want Ryan to win because I want him to be able to come off a good win, just like Devin, and get back, build that momentum for that rematch that we so desperately need. Thomas Hill, talk to me, baby. What's up?
Well, first and foremost, salute to you for the fantastic work you always do and for the tolerance you have for this going year. I know you've been much more patient with some of these suckers, but that you ain't
I've just
tolerating.
banned a lot of them. I just banned a lot of them. That's why you don't see them over here. We are going to get rid of a lot of the trash this year, so I'm not concerned with that. But go ahead,
Hey,
baby.
shout out to Trash Days. And I just knew that one presence would make more folks come because I noticed you asked a long time ago for some people to come up and give you a point. Now, considering this fight with Barrios and Garcia, see, the best thing about it is they're both former Tank opponents, and you know how they feel about the Tank opponents. They like play duck hunt with them and say that they like open season trash. So what I will say about Ryan is that Ryan definitely has the ability to spark some stuff, but I don't know if he has the focus and the dedication. I don't think he's actually trained very seriously for his last two fights. And I think we saw the fruits of it in the second fight. I think that he will come prepared because, you can't BS for too long. After a while, you're going to have to produce. And he's at the point where if he want to continue to see that paper go long, he going to have to produce. So I think that he's going to take this fight serious. But that being the case, I don't believe Barrios is as trash as people want to say about him either. I don't consider that fight that he just had a fight for him because I thought he was trying to be more respectful and awestruck with this Mickey Frick instead of getting him up out of there. When you go out there and play with your uncles and your family and they saying you can't handle them, you going at them hard. You should have treated him like that uncle, and he didn't. So with that, I think that, he's going to come back and redeem himself as well. So it should be a barn burner of a fight. And I think that card as a whole is a hell of a card. But I do want Ryan to win. And I do want him to win in dramatic fashion because I do want to hear the spin cycle that they will say, the Haney ice that is, for them not to justify the payback in blood that was spoken of both Bill and Devin.
So here's the thing, right, Thomas? I honestly, to me, whether he wins or loses really has no bearing on that fight because you need to get your get back. It doesn't matter what the hell he got going on. And hold on one second. Flyer, I'm going to let you on my panel. The moment that you start talking over people on this panel, you're out of here. I told y'all, 2026, we're not doing that BS no more. Y'all are going to respect everybody when they're talking, and you are going to wait your turn to talk. You are not a child. You can wait your turn to speak. Shout out to Heavy Bag with the $5. Appreciate the constant and entertainment. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, Mother has reached 1K, y'all. Clap it up for Mother. Yes, honey. Yes. All right, Flyer.
Dang, Queen, you ain't
You
gonna.
gonna
I
wait your
gotta.
turn to talk. This nigga right here, already out the gate. It is not your turn, baby. I let you on the panel, but it is on Thomas, and then it's on Cam, and then we are going to your tired ass. And I'm gonna tell you right now, frequent. If I got to tell you again, it's gonna be rockabye, baby. You understand?
Damn.
Oh man, I gotta respect people.
Rockabye, baby. Hey, shout out to. So I'm gonna make this really quick because Cam's following me, and he is the birthday boy. So you know he is the special one up here. I'm gonna say this. What you just said is absolutely true. It's true of Tank too. I don't want to see no fight other than Roach right now. And then after that, I want them names. But for Dev, he do need to run it back with Ryan. He need to get it back in blood, like he said. He need to be the object. Ryan needs to be the object of his get back, like Bill said. He's number one on the list, even though he was number 10. I just don't think that's something they're confident that will go their way. And on top of that, Ryan has given them leeway. So I don't want him to give them any leeway with this fight. I want Ryan to spark them so bad that they be saying, yeah, well, what about Haney, though? Debo Dev. But I digress and I fall back.
That was excellent point. You're right. If he wins in a dramatic fashion, then obviously that conversation can be revisited, and the calls for that fight should get a little louder. If y'all in fact think that it was only Osterring that made him win. But anyway, move around, move around. What's up, brother? Talk to me.
Well,
It's good. It's good. What's good,
You
y'all?
are not my brother. Be
bro, she
quiet.
said brother. She talking about me, bro.
Nigga, you need to be struck for that, dog. You know damn well you're not her brother, dog.
Out of pocket. Out of pocket. What's
Oh,
poppin',
you
man?
talking about him?
Garden
Oh,
Snake,
good.
you don't know me, baby, and this might be your first time here, but if you haven't been paying attention, Frequent Flyer is a Devin Haney love munchkin, okay, and he's on my panel. Often on my panel, I am surrounded by people that do not agree with me. You are welcome to disagree as long as you do it respectfully, okay? Now you're welcome to stay as long as you behave. Continue on, brother, because Frequent, it is not on you.
Facts. Salute to my sister, man. Hey, congratulations. 1,000 up here subs from Jag Queen Boxing. Hey, y'all got to salute, sis. Hey, make sure y'all keep subscribing to her. If y'all not subscribed, make sure y'all tap in and hit that like button, man. Yeah, man, it's a lot of shit going on today, man. Nick Ball getting stopped earlier.
Hey,
Crazy earlier.
hey,
That
$50
was a
bet got me
crazy fight.
279.
Mr.
That
Shelton,
was
you have to wait
a
your
that was
turn,
a
Mr. Shelton.
hey man. Hey, salute to Brandon Figueroa, man, because that
Yeah, let
fight
me
was
play that
leading
again.
earlier.
Hold on, let me play it, bro. Let me play it.
Ferrara is going to
Yeah,
put his
go
foot
ahead.
to the pedal. Oh, he does! Nick Ball! Oh, drama in the final round! And can he get up from this? He's breaking gets to his feet. Steve Quay will give him every chance. He is the world champion, but there's so much time left in the round. And Brandon Figueroa is going to take Nick Ball out here. He's through the ropes. Figueroa has won the world featherweight title.
Lord have mercy,
Yeah,
y'all. He wasn't even
that
Yes.
was
looking when he connected. He wasn't even looking when he connected.
yeah,
Oh
that
my
that was
goodness.
that fight. Like it was crazy because it was like, you know, the fight was shifting in the second half. Where Brandon Figueroa was winning, some of those late rounds in the second half of that fight earlier, and putting in a lot of work. And Nick Ball was like he was trying to conserve energy so he can be good to the championship rounds. But it was weird to see Nick Ball not step on the gas in 10, 11, and 12. Like we didn't
Do you
see
know
much
why?
in those rounds. and Brandon was still working. He was still working, man. And ended up clipping him with that shot. That was beautiful, a beautiful motherfucking knockout from Brandon Figueroa, going to his hometown in the UK, taking his title from him. And if it would have went to decision, that fight definitely would have went to Nick Ball. They was gonna get that boy that decision for sure. But he didn't leave it to the judges, as a lot of cases we like to say for a lot of fighters and a lot of these fights where we be like, hey, don't leave it to the judges, especially in the case when you on that man's turf and especially on his platform and all of that. And salute to Brendan Figueroa for an amazing performance today, man. That was amazing. It really
Did you see
inspiring.
the
I love
ghetto-ness
moments
at the
like
end,
this.
though? Did you see the
Yeah, they start
ghetto-ness at the
throwing
end?
shit.
They about to
Yeah,
try
they
to
was
jump
throwing shit at
him.
him and
Oh
everything,
my
man. That was
goodness, I clutched
crazy.
my pearls. I said,
They
what
was
in
butthurt because that boy got his title took in his hometown.
That's Liverpool. What do you expect? They did the same thing to Marvin Hagler.
the... Yeah.
Hey, shout out to clutching your pearls though. I haven't heard that in a long time.
And she lying. She full of shit. She lying. She ain't clutching no goddamn pearls.
You know what I meant. I just was like, oh, what happened here? When I saw them all jump in the ring, I was like, ooh, ooh,
Yeah, that was
ooh.
bad. That was
Yeah,
really
he
bad.
is hard. He is a dirty fighter. Ball is a dirty ass fighter.
So let me
Yeah,
tell
he
you
is.
why Nick Ball got beat. Because
Hold on,
you
Mr.
told
Shelton,
him,
Shelton.
Shelton,
Hold on.
Shelton, Shelton.
Hold on,
Before
Mr.
you
Shelton.
go,
It's not on you.
huh?
Let Flyer go because he was up here first. And I don't want him to have a
Let
crash
him
out. Go
go.
ahead,
Go
Flyer.
ahead, Flyer.
Yeah, because I'm trying to respect everybody. Y'all don't want me to go wild up here.
I don't
You
give a
get your
fuck if
ass
you
put
go
off of
wild,
here.
nigga. Just go.
No, it ain't gonna be but for a second before he
I
get put the
start
hell up out of here.
throwing y'all against the ropes and clotheslining y'all, giving y'all the Russian
This
sickle and all
nigga.
that.
Will you
No, but
hurry up, man? Goddamn.
You doing too much already. You doing too much. You know I'm quick with it, baby. You doing too much already. State your business.
rockabye.
State your business, baby, and move around.
that was that was Shelton coming up here, man, starting all the
Listen,
ruckus. He tried to jump me.
it's your
He tried to
turn.
jump me in
Don't
line,
waste it.
Queen. Yeah,
It's your
I ain't
turn.
standing
Don't
for that.
waste it by complaining. Don't waste it by
Uh,
complaining,
all
baby.
right,
What is
yeah. I
it?
don't think nobody up here should want Ryan Garcia to beat Mario Barrios, man, because Ryan Garcia is trying to duck Devin Haney, and I came
Oh
out with
my
the proof the
God.
other night.
Oh
The
my
other night
God.
because
What
Connor Ben did a Queen Connor Ben did an interview with another content creator, and he came out and said that no matter what, he has the winner of Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios already lined up. And so he trying to make a fight with Rolly Romero to get him out the way too. So
Well,
he
that doesn't
definitely
really make a lot of sense because if he's going to be fighting Rolly Romero and then Ryan is fighting Mario Barrios, they're not even going to be on the
no
same schedule.
he trying to fight Ryan. He trying to fight Rolly Romero on the undercard, I guess, of Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios, so he can get him out the way or whatnot. But he said no matter what, he started out the interview saying no matter what, he's lined up to fight the winner of Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia. So Ryan Garcia is he's planning to duck him. They all up there trying to duck Devin Haney. So no, nobody shouldn't want Ryan Garcia to win.
Frequent flyer, that is such a damn reach. That is what you was over there on your channel with your little Blues Clues investigation talking about. Let me tell you something. That don't make a lick of damn sense, especially since Bill Haney is the one who said Ryan is a crackhead and we are not trying to fight him. So what you expect Ryan to do? Keep running around here chasing Devin Haney while he completely slanders the boy damn name?
That sound like
Come
he
on now.
trying to
You could
cap
do
for
better
him or
than that.
something.
You
I
could
don't
do
know.
better than that. You down bad today, baby. What you not
Ryan
feeling good?
Garcia.
You
Ryan
should come
Garcia
better than
shouldn't
that.
even be. He shouldn't even be fighting Mario Barrios. The excuse that he gave
Fire
for
so
not fighting Devin Haney and fighting
Hold
Mario
on,
Barrios.
Cam. Hold on, Cam. Let him finish. Go ahead, Flyer.
The excuse that Ryan Garcia gave for not fighting Devin Haney right now and fighting Mario Barrios instead, he said because his fans most criticize him about not having a title. But Devin Haney have a title too, so that ain't no excuse not to fight him. So I already knew he was ducking before he
Frequent.
pulled this one.
this came after the fact of Devin Haney and, well, really Bill Haney saying that they did not want to fight Ryan Garcia again. This came after them saying he just lost to Rolly, and Ryan and Devin running his ass up on a turnbuckle, getting ready to hug Ryan like he his long lost brother because he beat Ryan. Now listen, I understand you boys are scared, right? But what I'm trying to tell you is, for Devin to be this boogeyman, this Debo that y'all claim he is, why is it that Ryan was number 10 on that list? Why is it that they both spent the same amount of time out of the ring, but yet they came back to fight other people on the same damn card? Meanwhile, playing that cheesy ass commercial that they recorded during the goddamn during the commercials. I'll tell you what I smell.
Ryan
No. This is what it is.
This nigga's scared.
That's what that is.
Look at
No matter
that right
what,
here.
You're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario.
It'll either be Rolly in May. That's what we're working towards. Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May, and then Garcia in September.
Were you supposed to say that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be an exclusive.
They ain't know we was listening.
Yeah, it might be an exclusive. We're working on the Rolly fight for May.
Okay, so if they're working on the Rolly fight for now, you just heard them. What are you talking about? Y'all come up here and say anything. Come up here trying to bite me, trying to dupe me, and dupe the people. Listen, Frequent Flyer, you usually better than this, okay? Now, I don't know what type of Blues Clues operation you got running over there, but that has absolutely nothing to do with what I said and what we want them to do. Tony Review, it's on you, baby.
Hello?
Tony, it's on you, baby.
Yeah, what happened?
Tony, you're on mute, baby.
Hold on, Ty. My mouse is messing up. Give me like 2 minutes.
Okay, baby. Go ahead, Flyer. Finish up with your whatever little investigation y'all did.
Yeah, I was saying, at the beginning of that video, he said no matter what, he set the fight, the winner of Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. So that means Ryan already was planning to duck Devin Haney again. Right, immediately after he lost to Rolly Romero said that he think that they should still fight each other. He didn't want to fight Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia faked the hand injury, said he had mental health. Oscar De La Hoya came out and said that no rematch and all of that stuff, and then he want to pop up after the coast was clear. So he already was ducking, man. Devin, that's why they said they didn't want to fight him, because of all of the shenanigans and stuff from Ryan Garcia.
Child, please. Tony, what's up, baby?
How you doing tonight, Ty?
I'm doing amazing. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Is my mic working? Because it wasn't working.
No, turn it up.
It's low.
I can hear you.
All right, hold on one second. Let me try to make it louder. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Is that better?
Yes, better. Perfect. What's up?
Okay, so first off, Flyer, I'm sorry, but you can't duck somebody you beat the shit out of. Regardless if you want to say Austrian, et cetera, you can't duck somebody you beat the shit out of, because the reality of the fact is you could say he cheated, you could say he busted weight, you could say he was juiced to the gills, and that's cool. But what you can't say is Devin didn't get his ass whooped, because he did. So it's hard to duck somebody that you already beat up. Number 2, Rolly is somebody that beat up Ryan. So to Ryan, from his vantage point, is a better fight for him to get back the loss that he had. So that's more significant to fight Rolly over Devin. Devin needs Ryan more than Ryan needs Devin. Devin needs to show that, I can beat him if he's not allegedly juiced. So that's on Devin. Ryan doesn't need Devin. Ryan already went in there, beat him up on pay-per-view, national TV, international TV, however you want to say it. The Martians done seen Devin get whooped in that ring. Now, here's the deal. I look at it like this. The Rolly fight is more significant for Ryan. The Ryan fight is more significant to Devin. As far as what was the actual topic? Because I didn't even think we were talking about Devin.
Well, no, I said, who do they want to win in that fight? And I said, I put the poll up on my community board and everybody voted Ryan, right? And so that's why I asked Frequent. I asked who they wanted Devin to fight, and everybody chose Ryan. But so we were talking about the upcoming fights this month, and obviously that fight is next week. So I was asking who they wanted to win, and then we got into the whole conversation about that. But yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Mario Barrios is complete ass. I think he's one of the worst champions that's ever been a champion. I watched him get 2 draws in a row where he should have lost twice in a row. So, I mean, I don't like him. I want him to lose. Like, I thought he lost to Manny. I thought he lost before that. And I think he's going to continue to lose. Now, the problem with Ryan is you don't know what Ryan's going to show up. You don't know if Ryan's going to take it serious or he's just going to be on his little stream and I want a model tip and not actually train and look disinterested in the fight like he did against Rolly. If Ryan is focused, he should beat Mario Barrios with ease because Mario Barrios is complete garbage. He the trash can. Like, he hold the bag. Like, that dude is the king of the trash. But I would like to see Ryan win. I mean, if Mario Barrios wins, it just proves that, styles make fights and, Devin's the better fighter, but he just can't beat Ryan. That's all it proves.
So you didn't see the video, Tony?
What video?
The one that she just played before you came up here. Where Conor Ben said that no matter what, he's already lined up he's already set to face the winner of Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is ducking Devin.
How can you this is ridiculous. Again, hold on.
Is it like Flyer? Don't you know that
he's ducking the rematch?
Flyer,
Hold on, one at a time, guys.
Flyer, my question again is what I said earlier. How do you duck somebody you already beat the shit out of?
You explained it yourself. You said he came in 3.5 pounds overweight. He used Osterman. He's the one who got to prove to the world that he didn't cheat.
Explain nothing. What I said is you can run with that excuse all you want because that's all it is. It is an excuse you trying to run with to get away from the reality of the fact that he got his ass whooped. Like that's the reality. The reality is he got in there and got fucked up. Now, you could lean on the excuse of, oh, it was just the ostrine. It was just he didn't make weight. Those are the excuses. But we watched Matias get his ass whooped on more ostrine than Ryan was on.
So the point is We
saw Fabio Wardley beat up somebody on cocaine.
So the question is, Tony, you don't mind that Ryan Garcia doesn't want to fight Devin next?
That's not the question, and we're not switching the topic. And who said that he didn't want to fight? That's what Conor Ben said. Although we know things get shifted around all the time. Niggas get moved up in the rankings, moved down in the rankings. All type of shit happens. We asked specifically, is that a fight that you want next for Devin? Is that a fight that Devin should be pushing for to get his lick back? That was the question. Y'all going all down to this Osterine shit that I don't care nothing about. Do you think that Devin should fight Ryan next?
It doesn't matter if Ryan is already planning to fight Conor Ben.
Okay, we're gonna move around. We're gonna move around because I see right now, talking to y'all, boy, I'm telling y'all right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
This nigga's scared.
And that's all there is to that. And we're gonna move around. Back to Shakur the figurine Stevenson. Who do we think is a good matchup for him at 140 pounds? Now, obviously, he's lineal. He's all of that. He decorated like a Christmas tree, child. Who do we think is a good op for him at 140? Anybody can go first. I vote Gary Antoine Russell. Next.
At 40, I vote Russell. I vote Sandor Martin. There's a lot of people that he can get in the ring. I'd like to see him in there with Matias. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have a problem with him being in the ring with Paul, but Russell would definitely be my first choice. I think that's truly a fight that you get to see him go into his bag, so to speak, that they say people haven't been able to bring out of him, I should say.
Oh, you know what? I think that's not a bad fight. What you call it? Yes, I did. And Garden Snake, I wasn't the only one who picked Brian to win. There was a bunch of boxers, if I'm not mistaken, who also picked him to win. What is your point exactly? Because anything can happen in any given fight. I bet you picked Devin to win against Ryan. Were you humbled, baby? Were you quiet? Were you in pieces with Devin's jaw? Y'all better not come over here starting with me tonight.
Who you talking about, Jack?
Are y'all
some goofy nigga in the comment section?
my question to the question would be: Are y'all asking like who would be like most likely to beat Shakur, or who we just want to see him fight in general?
Okay, so here's how I'm coming at it, right? You fought Teofimo Lopez, which is the best one on your resume to date. So now I don't want to see you go back fighting Padleys of the world. No, those names got to keep coming. I don't want you in tough fight after tough fight after tough fight. Obviously, I know that's not how it go. But next on the list for a challenge fight, or what people perceive to be a challenge fight, who do we think that he should fight? I don't want to see you picking the niggas at the end of 140. Nah, you are the lineal champion now. You know these niggas gonna be coming at you because people, including myself, don't really think you like that. But who do we think that he should pick? I mean, we heard him talking to Najee. He said either Lamont Roach or Pitbull Cruz. Neither one of them have a damn belt. So I would rather him unify. So who do we think?
All I'm gonna say is I don't think Mr. Gary Antoine Russell gonna have a belt here pretty soon. I think he about to get his ass knocked out.
Oh, wait a minute, Tony. You think Hiroka is about to beat Russell?
Well, the only thing that scares me about Hiroka, Andy has been very inactive. He hasn't fought for what, a year and a half? I want to say it's been around a year and a half since he's been in the ring. But if Hiroka comes to that ring, no ring rust, 100%, oh yeah, Gary getting knocked the fuck out. Antoine going to sleep. He ain't nowhere near the level of Hiroka.
Really?
I don't see.
Give me the same stuff that he's smoking, man.
I mean, it's crazy how like I just been on this roll, on this tear of getting all these 100% right. Just like I was telling everybody that Teo would be Shakur's easiest fight of his career, and I was told that I was crazy. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Let me get what you're smoking on. And sure enough, easiest fight.
I don't think nobody here told you that.
They definitely didn't, because we all had Shakur winning. I mean, that was like a no-brainer.
Well,
I don't think anybody here thought that.
It's not just about him winning. It's about it being the easiest fight of his career.
Right. Well, to this date, it definitely was.
Well, and like I gotta say this to Dondrick. I'm gonna keep saying this.
It wasn't that far along.
Or flyer. Hold on. Let me just say this to Dondrick. I'm gonna keep screaming this to the rooftops when it comes to Bud versus Canelo. You got to understand something. I was assuming Canelo was going to be the bigger fighter, not the smaller man. I was assuming that a 38-year-old couldn't put on 30 pounds of freaking solid muscle within 12 months, which is unheard of. I was assuming a lot of things that I was proven wrong on when they both got into the ring, because Crawford was the bigger man that night by far. And I find it funny that your boy, Mr. Snack, retires right after Mr. Snack, RIP to him, passes away. He don't want to fight no more.
Lord child.
And he looked mighty. Terrence Crawford looked mighty small since that fight. Looked like he done shrunk a lot.
Lord child. Ooh,
like I said, I want to try some of that stuff that he's smoking, man. But in the meantime,
you watched it. You seen Crawford post the pictures.
Bud was not bigger than Canelo. I don't know what. You must ain't had your bifocals on or something that night.
Okay, all right, y'all. All right. There is people gonna be crashing out all over the chat. Would y'all please leave Bud Crawford alone? Tony, I'm gonna have to have somebody walk you to your car, baby. They are getting upset. You talking about they precious Bud. Look. Oh Lord, I knew Star was gonna get upset. Y'all better stop it. A band up and somebody please walk Tony to his car. Make sure he get there safely. Tony, you know you can't be saying these kind of true things about their favorite fighter, even though they true. They don't want to hear these true things about their favorite fighter. You know that.
Tony might need a walking stick to get back to his car. He can't see. I don't know what
frequent fire, please.
Look, man, all I can tell you is this. For all those saying that Bud wasn't bigger, we watched Bud post all the pictures, his whole journey from 154 to 166 to 174 to 186. We watched him stay shredded the whole way through his journey. Come on, bro. Like, we gonna act like we didn't see the pictures he was posting. Like, this ridiculous.
I told you, you're upsetting Band Up now. Don't upset my Band Up. When his phone is working, I'm kind of fond of him. Don't upset. You know they get emotional, Tony. You can't be saying these things. They get emotional. You know that? Lord, oh my goodness. Yes, security, please help Tony. Star says she waiting by his damn car. Lord. All right. So listen, we got that part because Tony, I clocked that T, baby. But Here's the thing. What is Shakur? Because we know in one breath he makes himself looking like a figurine. He's a little guy and all this other kind of stuff. And then in the next minute, he wants to fight Conor Ben. He wants to fight Devin Haney. So who do we think is a real? I mean, realistically, he'll probably fight Pitbull, or he said he might fight Lamont Roach. But after that, what is the next big fight we want to see him in? I want to see him unify since he is now a champion. I want to see him at least defend the championships. These boys don't defend their belts no more. They get them and drop them like hot potatoes. Like what's happening?
Yeah, since they took his belt at 135, I think he should stay at 140 and just fight Tank.
Tank is at 135. Why are you bringing up Javante? Javante has issues on his own. He ain't got no time for that. He has
Tank
bigger
said he fight.
fish to fry.
Tank said he fighting Pitbull at 140 next. Remember? Y'all forgot that?
Javante is not on the table. Okay, we're talking about Shakur Stevenson. All right. So, who do we want to see Shakur Stevenson fight? I mean, y'all love these trinkets.
I guess if he can't fight Tank, he might as well go ahead and fight Lamont Roach then.
Nah, Roach.
What do y'all think about the Butcher? Don't do that. What do y'all think about what the Butcher says? Shakur versus Shock Foster or Haney? I would love to see that Haney fight.
He got to go back to 135 to fight O'Shaquie, so he can't fight. Those are both fights that he got to go to a different weight class. He got to go back to 135 to fight O'Shaquie. He got to go to 147 to fight Haney. So if we talk about him fighting at 140, he might as well go ahead and fight Lamont Roach.
Hitchens is the biggest threat. Lamont Roach is trash. He gonna get done up nasty.
Oh my goodness.
Hitchens could be the one to beat him. That's the only one that's gonna beat him.
Howard said it don't matter. Shakur cooking all these niggas. That's what I'm talking about. Back your mans. Howard said it don't matter. Shakur cooking all these niggas. Y'all believe
Hitchens
that?
about to be at 147, ain't he?
Who said that?
Hell no.
The stuff that he talking make it sound like he going to 147.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know how he's going to do against Duarte. He should probably win that particular fight. But he's another nigga I want to see start stepping it up. You know, he talking like he about that, but he another one I'm yet to see. That Kambosos win, he let that go to his damn head. I mean, it's Kambosos. You should have beat him. I don't know why the hell T.O. didn't beat him.
Oh, I forgot about Duarte. I don't even think he coming out of that fight.
You don't think he's going to beat Oscar Duarte?
No, he ain't. Nah.
Stop. He gonna beat the brakes off that dude.
What?
Stop.
Come on now, you can't be up here high.
Only reason Ryan beat Duarte because Ryan was on Osterine. Duarte said that's what Duarte said. Duarte said he was on Osterine.
Y'all have to stop slandering people. Did he get it tested? Did he pop while he was fighting Duarte?
No, he didn't get tested. That was the problem.
This is ridiculous.
Boy, that is nasty work, boy.
It's on his jacket until he beat Devin Haney with a clean test. So that's why he the one who need Devin.
Frequent Flyer, let me tell you something, Frequent Flyer. And I mean this from the bottom of my damn heart, right? If Devin Haney was the dog that y'all claim that he is, he would have been on his Margarito and Cotto shit, right? He would have said, F that O, right? Because that's what he fought the hardest to get back. He went and fought to get that O back on his record instead of making Ryan dry him out. If y'all claim he on the juice, dry his ass out and put him right back in that ring. They both spent a year out of the ring. Okay, both came back on the same damn card, fighting two different people. If he was really the dog that y'all claim he is, he would have pushed for that damn fight. You wouldn't have been able to get me in the ring with nobody but the person who cheated me.
We ain't gonna act like that ain't what he tried to do. Ryan faked the hand injury, faked mental health.
Ryan ain't. Oh, please.
Now he trying to fight Conor Ben. He trying to fight Conor Ben or Rolly or somebody.
You know
He's fighting everybody except for who he want him to fight.
Frequent, please.
I'm gonna say this. Flyer. If me and you got into a fight at the club and you was drunk and you got your ass whooped and your excuse was, man, I was drunk, it wasn't a real fight. Forever for your life forward, I beat your ass. It doesn't matter if you was drunk. I still beat your ass. It's on you to try to get your get back at me when you sober. Just like I'm going to come back full circle. No matter what excuses are said, no matter what you come with, at the end of the day, it was Ryan putting him on his backside.
No.
5 times in that fight. They only counted 3. It was Ryan. It was Devin that had to have the referee save his ass from being stopped because he had to let Devin recover for over a minute, then take a point away from Ryan to even extend the recovery time even more. Because Devin should have never made it to the bell. So again, at the end of the day, you can say what you want, but
thing,
everybody saw Ryan beat the shit out that dude.
bro.
Period.
That whole thing will be wrong because you will wake up and realize that you was just asleep and you was dreaming, and you was the one that was on the floor, and you didn't beat me that night, even though I was drunk. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. That didn't make sense at all.
Frequent, please. That don't nothing you just said don't make no damn sense.
This is the problem, man. First off and foremost, ain't nobody on YouTube beating my ass in reality. I'm bigger than all y'all combined. Secondly, it was an analogy. I wasn't saying I was really going to beat you up. It was just a hypothetical. It could have went the other way. You could have beat me up while I was drunk, and I could have said, oh, he only beat me up because I was drunk. Then it's on me to get back at you when I'm sober because you'll forever hold that over me. Just like Ryan will forever hold it over Devin's head that I beat your ass. Period.
I forgot you was bigger than everybody on YouTube in real life. But no, that don't make sense, man. It don't make sense because you're saying that Ryan, you saying Devin need Ryan when Ryan is the one that popped dirty and was ridiculed in front of the world because he cheated. And so he's the one who got to prove that he didn't cheat, that he got to prove because he's still trying to maintain his innocence when everybody knew he cheated. So he's the one who got something to prove. He got to prove that.
Let's move on from this conversation because this conversation is redundant. It's redundant and it's ridiculous. So what does it have to do with Devin? What does it have to do? Y'all kill me with this shit, bro.
No, what it has to do with it, Queen, is he lost to Rolly last when he was clean, when they didn't let him cheat. So now it even looks worse. So he got to prove that it's not what we saying.
It don't look like nothing, bro.
We saw him pop dirty and win, and then we saw him clean and lose.
Him do nothing because this is what I never understood about that whole situation. Y'all talking about Ryan dirty, he this, he that, he dirty. How come he didn't test dirty till after the damn fight? So you mean to tell me all the way up to that fight, you told me that he tested dirty throughout the whole process and upbringing of that fight? So why the fuck did Devin still fight him? That's negligence on their damn part. Y'all just say things that don't make no sense. Then y'all come over here trying to bite me like I'm the one in the wrong. Y'all not making no sense.
Ty, here's the
part. He lost to Rolly.
Flyer. Hear me out real fast.
This nigga, if you say that shit one more time, I'm gonna step on your damn toe, Frequent. He lost to Rolly. What the hell that got to do?
Don't step on my butt.
Ty. Let me just respond to what he just said. Here's the problem that you're gonna have, Flyer. All of Ryan's fans don't believe he cheated. A lot of casuals don't believe he cheated. The majority of boxing people don't think he cheated. The only people that push this cheating thing are the Hanos clans. So when the masses are against you, at the end of the day, he still got that ass whooping over Devin's head.
Listen, I'm going to say this and then we're going to move on. Hold on too, Rich. I'm going to say this and then we're going to move around because this conversation is redundant and ridiculous. I will say this, right? Flyer, if somebody cheated you, right, wouldn't that make you want to fuck them up even more, bro? Like I keep using that Margarito shit. If I found out somebody cheated me, bro, there would be nothing you could do to keep me off you. Everywhere I saw you, it would be a misunderstanding. You understand me? That is a fight that I would have said I will retire if I don't get this nigga right back in the ring. I mean, spin the block immediately, if not sooner.
That's you 100% right. You 100% right. That's why it's diabolical just to think that Ryan want to try to fight Conor Ben or Rolly Romero instead of getting his get back.
Too Rich, what's up? Be quiet, Frequent. Big boy, please. What's up, Too Rich?
I'm gonna say this: the part y'all leaving out of this situation is Turkey is paying for this fight. If these fighters can't make their own decision, if Ryan had any value, Turkey would just made the fight after Ryan lost to Rolly. So clearly, it's a value part of this that we got to think about. If Ryan loses to Mario Barrios, what is his value in the fight? There's no fight, so Ryan has to win the fight. Okay, if Ryan wins, do Ryan want to immediately risk his first belt in the next fight against Devin? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if he want to do he want to milk it just a little bit, maybe for one fight. I don't know. The question, but the value is the Turkey. The Devin's deal is with Turkey, so he's gonna fight whoever Turkey put out there for him to fight. So the only way we could possibly get this fight, because I do want to see the fight, Ryan got to win. The problem is, I don't think Ryan's going to beat Mario Barrios. One thing I give Mario Barrios, well, I'm just saying, I'm playing right here. One thing I give Mario Barrios, he fights good in the first half of the fight. He fades in the middle, and he normally picks it up on the end. So if Ryan gonna win, he probably got to stop him by round 6. But if it goes on, it might favor Mario Barrios. So we gotta hope Ryan wins this fight to even get closer to the dead fight.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? And to Richard, and after I say this, we're going to move on to the next subject, which is Shakur. I will say this. Obviously, people find value in Ryan Garcia because this is his second title fight back-to-back off a loss. So that really doesn't make any sense, right? And they value him so much that they put him as the headliner over the man that he claims cheated him. Right. So the fact that you're saying Ryan has no value is ridiculous because Ryan comes with a whole entire fan base. As we can see, he sells out arenas in whatever fight he's in, and half the damn time ain't no title on the line because the nigga can't make weight. So the fact that Ryan has no value, I'm just not buying that. That would still be Brian Devin's biggest money fight to this day.
I mean, think about it, Jay. They did a whole promo and scrapped the fight. So clearly he didn't have a value.
Honey, Turkey ain't got no damn. What is this that you spamming my goddamn chat with frequent?
No matter what, you're in line to take on the winner between Ryan Garcia and Mario.
It'll either be Rolly in May.
Nigga, if
that's what we're working towards, Rolly in May, or Garcia June, July, or maybe Rolly in May, and then Garcia in September.
Were you supposed to say that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think it might be an exclusive.
Then we're getting hey!
Yeah, it might be an exclusive. We're working on the Rolly fight for May.
Yo!
Don't you put that shit in my back no more. You hear me? That is the last time I'm playing that damn thing. And I told you before, that don't even matter. What do that have to do with the price of tea in China? Lord help us. Anyway, all right, y'all. The Nick Ball. We're gonna move on. Nick Ball, Figueroa won. Do we see that as a unification fight with him and Shushu?
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
Because Shushu obviously called them out, and he obviously wants to smoke. He's been calling them boys out for a long time now. But I'll tell you, from what I saw tonight, although Figueroa, was skilled enough to beat Nick Ball, I think Shushu will beat the eyebrows off his damn face. That's just my personal opinion. I hope that is a unification fight he is looking forward to. But I got Shushu in that fight. That definitely was. It was a pretty good fight.
Daggone Turkey Sheik just came up the last hour saying that he would like to have Brandon Figueroa fight on Canelo's card coming up in September, defending his title. So we'll see. We gotta see. We gotta look at some of the opponents, man, in the WBA. See who he.
I hope it's Shushu. I hope Shushu get that unification fight.
Shushu is a ring ambassador.
Yeah, so let's definitely get that popping, get that happening for sure. Yes, Shushu had the best performance on that card, if you ask me. You think so, Aircraft? He did get hurt. He got, I don't want to say hurt, but that punch in the back of the head, it kind of messed up his equilibrium. So he did for like a couple of seconds, but after that, he was right back on that ass like a rash, baby. I'm telling you, Shushu.
I just came back. I don't think. Look, I'm from New York, and I'm gonna say I don't think Bruce ready for Espinoza. I think Espinoza stops his ass.
Rafael Espinoza.
Yeah, I think he stops him, and I think it'd be bad. I'm talking about like Z's being seen in the ring. Like he ain't ready.
Hold on, one at a time. Tony, finish telling me this fairy tale you were saying.
It ain't no fairy tale. You gotta understand, Espinoza is a lot taller than him. I think Bruce is like 5'8", 5'9". Espinoza is 6'6'1". The reach is ridiculous when compared. Espinoza has stopped I think he's had 28 fights, stopped 24 opponents. And Bruce has been hurt by lesser punchers a lot. He was hurt in his last fight. He damn near was on his way out. Now he recovered. I give it to him. He got the knockout. He got the stoppage, but he damn near got stopped himself. And it ain't the first time he's been hurt bad. He's not ready. He's too young into his career. If he goes against Espinoza next, he getting knocked out, and it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be bad. He gonna be hurt. And I'm a New Yorker saying that, and I love my New Yorkers. Like, you know, Jared Miller cheeseburger without the bun on top. Like, I'm down for New Yorkers, but he ain't ready for that dude.
I was gonna say, Jab Queen, you didn't think that Big Baby Miller had the best performance of the night with the toupee, the lace front wig? I think we might have.
When I tell you, I hollered so loud. I was watching it. I sat up. I said, "Wait a minute, what just happened to his hair?" Then I seen that thing flying. I was crying in here. Cam, I think you texted me. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck was that?" That was crazy. But no, that wasn't the best fight. They both looked out of shape. Big Baby Miller looked tired walking to the damn ring. I couldn't wait for that fight to be over. That was the most entertaining thing that happened in that fight was that damn wig coming off. He looked terrible. And I don't know.
Hey, what was that? Was that a toupee or lace front? What would you call that?
It was a toupee, but Ty,
I think it was a toupee. It was a toupee.
My wife said it was a lace front.
Nah. Did y'all see that?
No, it wasn't no damn lace front.
You see that Miller threw his toupee to the crowd, and they was throwing it around like it was.
Yeah, and Sulaiman caught it. Sulaiman got it.
Bruh,
yeah,
that's the
D-Free
funniest
said,
thing.
did y'all forget that Espinoza almost got stopped by Rosie? I personally don't know if Espinoza beats. I was watching him the other day. I don't know. He's beat a lot of fighters.
You got to go, but Ty, you got to go way back to that, and then you got to go to their first fight. People like to forget that he fought him twice and stopped his ass the second time around, made him not want to get out the corner. He was beating him that bad the second time around. And WBC, I mean, I don't know, man. That outside of that one moment, I think it actually was in the 6th round where the second fight stopped. That's really his best moment. Outside of that, he really didn't have nothing.
Hey, if you wanna say best performance of the night, though, we have to give it to Shakur though, because he beat that guy every round. And it's Tio. It ain't like it was a nobody. It was Tio, and he beat him every round. That was the performance of the night.
I'm not giving Tio all that credit. I'm not giving Tio all that credit because Tio ain't been good since he beat Loma. That's just a fact. But Shakur did have a really good win. He kept him at the end of his jag, basically beat him with a jab all goddamn night. Didn't really have to go in his tool bag. So yeah, that was a pretty good win. But I like knockouts. So obviously I favor the Shushu fight. And Keyshawn, he did pretty good against Jermaine Ortiz too with the liver shot to end the fight. But if y'all, because I know y'all accolade people, if y'all talking about the accolades, then yes, Shakur, for the win and what it was at stake and what he won would make that the best fight on the card. But for me, it was Shushu.
Shushu dang near got knocked out himself.
Flyer, I got to agree with you on this one. If we going by knockouts, then the Miller fight was by far the best fight of the night because that head.
Oh, y'all gotta stop.
Got knocked right out the head.
Yo, but, Tony, I'm telling you, I was hollering I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, why is his hair moving? At first I thought it was like my TV was jumping or something. I'm like, no.
Yeah, but what y'all not
trying to pull it down.
What y'all not
wait, so ain't Shakur the best at 40 now?
Huh?
Ain't he number one?
Baby.
Ain't Shakur number one at 140 now? No.
Is that what they got him ranked?
He should be. He beat the number one guy.
I don't know. I have to look. I didn't see what he was ranked. I think he's ranked like number 4 or something. So I'm not really sure. But I mean,
Tio never had the best win at 140, bro. So how is he the number one guy?
Tio did have the best win at 140 when he beat Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor. All right, we're not gonna keep on doing this. I'm not gonna keep on doing this with you tonight, frequent. Somebody said Puelo was the best at 140.
Hell nah. Hell nah, not Puelo. He gotta get.
Yeah, DJ, he do. He gotta work a little bit more on his defense. But he's like Keyshawn. He likes to fight. But you're 100% right. He do got to tighten up a little bit on that defense, for sure.
Yeah, Shakur definitely the top guy up there. So
I gotta look at the
Anybody.
rankings. I didn't see what they had him. I didn't see what they had him.
Well,
But
hopefully
And
Shakur is back
y'all
on his
say,
tip of legacy because, there's plenty of fights that will cement his legacy up there at 40. I mean, hell, there's even fights of his friends that he don't call his brothers that he could actually fight. So, I mean, I hope we get one of those fights for sure.
hey,
I think he should
I'll
go
say
back
this.
to one.
Hey,
I
I
think he
want
should
him.
go
I
back to
want.
135 and then
one at a time. One at a time.
yeah, I think
He
he should
ain't
go.
going. He not gonna go back to 135 and fight for no belt. They done stripped the belt. I'm gonna tell you what they did. They trapped Shakur at 140. Antoine Russell got a fight coming up. Lewis Crocker got a fight coming up. Who the other champion there?
At what, 140?
Yeah.
Hitchens.
Gary Antoine Russell,
Okay,
Hitchens.
Hitchens. Yeah, I think Hitchens got a fight coming up. The only
Hitchens
fight
on
for
the
Shakur.
Barrios undercard, baby. He's on the
Okay,
undercard of Barrios.
so the only fight for Shakur is Keyshawn. I think they purposely trapped Shakur at 140. They trapped him. Unless
No, that
Martala gonna come up. Martala did say he wanted to come up and challenge for that belt. Now that would be a good fight, Martala, if he gonna come up and challenge for the belt.
no, I
My
think
thing
Shakur.
is Shakur going to defend the belts? That's what I want to know. Is he going to actually defend them? Is he going to
He don't
stay
have no
at
choice. He don't
140
have a
and defend
choice.
them?
He don't have a choice. What choice he gonna go at the 135 and fight for his same belt?
Yeah, no, not the same belt. I think he should go to 135 and fight for one of those other belts. If he do get the WBC, he should just throw it in the trash like Riddick Bowe
Well,
did back in the day.
Javier has the interim belt. So if he goes back down, he'd have to fight him for the belt.
No, I think O'Shaquie Foster is a better fight. O'Shaquie called
Foster
him out.
is a better fight, but that's obviously a fight that he don't want because when he activated his mandatory, Shakur said he wasn't fighting him.
But Shakur wasn't there. Shakur was about that wasn't that was before the Teo fight when O'Shaquie was calling him out and all of that stuff. So now that it's over and he's talking about going back to 135, then that's the perfect fight right there at 135. I don't think he can go back to 135 and not fight O'Shaquie, after all was said and everything. That's a fight right there. You can't duck that fade right there.
He went
But
back
I
down to
thought
130.
O'Shaquie was trying to fight somebody at 130.
Well, hold on, because Howard, I think when Shakur said he wasn't gonna fight him, that's when he dropped the interim. But they told him that he can activate it any time, so it's kind of open ended for him. So if he wants to, he can actually still activate that mandatory if Shakur would have came back down. But since they stripped him, I really don't see him going back down. I don't know why he would anyway. What was the point of you going up there getting the belts just to drop him and have him scattered all over the place?
No,
that makes no sense.
I think he expected to have still had a 135 WBC belt, and he was going to go back down there and finish campaigning at 135.
But if that's the case, then why not just pay your sanctioning fees if you planned on keeping your belt?
Because the sanctioning fee is unjust. I feel the
don't
same
you
way
do that?
he did.
Because I played with Sulaiman. He said them fees is for the homeless, the children's shelter, and everything in between. Damn it, don't play with him.
When I was asked about it, just in my own little world, I know that there are so many things that need to be paid. You do so many things, and the sanctioning fees are to, in my opinion, to pay others and to continue moving forward and setting up things for the future of boxing and the future champions. Can you just explain a little bit and touch on where some of the monies from the sanctioning fees go?
Sure, thank you. Very important point. Sanction fees. The WBC is a non-profit organization. The only source of income to the WBC are the sanction fees paid. It's a promoter fee that they pay to promote a WBC championship fight, and a percentage, which is in the rules, 3% of the purse of champion and challenger. We do have, in fights that are of high income, we lower the sanction fee as much as possible. And all the money that comes into the WBC goes back to boxing one way or another. We have offices. You have to pay rent. You have to pay all the services. You have to administer. We have 50 employees in Mexico City. We have offices around the world. We have the many social responsibility programs, many committees. a lot of money that goes into research, a funding of many supportive actions for fighters in need. We have the Jose Sulaiman Boxes Fund, which has donated more than $2.5 million. I mean, it's everything is open, and we see it day after day.
See, they are using that money for good use. Now, stop hating.
They should have played some violin. They should have played some violin.
One at a time. One at a time. Y'all.
They should have played some violins in the background while he was speaking. You know, with all those that sad stuff that he talking about, man. But that's still, I said, I feel like it's unjust because Shakur Stevenson moved up and fought at a different weight class where he wasn't campaigning that, where he wasn't the champion. So the WBC had zero to do with the fight and everything, but they still want to collect.
Oh my goodness. Heavy bag, thank you. AMS Sports, thank you so much. I'm over here talking to y'all. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. And Frequent, you know what? Let me tell you something, right? It is a prestige that comes with being a champion, right? I don't know what you got going on in your life, but there are certain levels that you reach in life that you have to pay certain things to have a prestige, right? To have that elegance. You want to live in a nice neighborhood, you got to pay some money. You want to drive a nice car, you got to pay money. Bro, it costs to be the boss. And when you get to a certain level of life, you got to pay to play, yo. I don't understand what y'all don't understand about that. And these boys, they know that.
That fight was sanctioned by the WBO, though. It wasn't sanctioned by the WBC. They're the only ones who got these weird little written rules that's different than all the other sanctioning bodies. I agree with Bud when he said, "What make them think, you know, they better than everybody else? The WBC, they think they're better than all the other sanctioning bodies."
Isn't that the oldest belt?
No,
or is
the
IBF?
the WBA is the oldest belt.
The WBA is the oldest one. Okay.
Yeah, the WBC, man, they always on some craziness, man.
Well, then how about this? Don't fight for their belt then, right? Because don't fight for it and then act like you don't want to pay for it after you already fought for it. That's ridiculous. Because now you can run around here as a champion, but you don't have to pay champion fees. What kind of
But his belt wasn't on the line, though, Queen. His belt wasn't on the line.
Yeah. Now that part, that's still weird to me, and I read them rules again. But from what I understand, even if you fight while you're holding their belt, you have to pay them or something along the lines. I know somebody told me to read section 1:7 again, and I did, and I still don't get it. I don't understand if that belt wasn't on the line, why he had to pay again. So that part, I just completely don't understand that part. Yeah. But I will say this, regardless, because I know y'all try to tie Bud into it. No. That belt was on the line. That's how you became undisputed. That's how you were able to get that. If you don't want to fight for that belt, then don't ever fight for it. Or because now you got the prestige of being a champion that held my belt, unified, undisputed, but you don't want to pay the cost that's associated with it. That's bogus, yo. That's bogus.
That's crazy. You win a belt to pay a bill. Like, so basically you win a bill.
It's the prestige, bro.
Yes.
You live in your apartment, you got to pay your rent, right? You don't just pay your rent one time, you continue to pay your rent. You want that key to keep working, don't you? What's up, Juice?
Hey.
You on mute, baby.
Oh, hey, how y'all doing?
What's up?
What's up?
Good evening.
What's up, everybody? I was gonna say, yeah, I used to didn't understand it either. Like, you know, I get why I'm never gonna be a person who say, you know, you can't, you know, criticize the sanctioning bodies. And, you know, I've always criticized them. And I think the issue is that, you know, is that people like the politics when it works for them and don't like it when it doesn't. What's happening is nothing new, you know, and that's why I say, you know, when people say, oh, it's about champions and belts and that's the only thing that matters, I'm not saying it doesn't matter. The reason why I say it's not the only thing that matters is because they're political. They've always been political. I don't understand. Like, these rules have not changed recently. And just to clarify, you know, and now this decision particularly, can I say it's political? Not really, not specifically, no. Unless you can find a situation where a person went up and fought was a WBC champion, moved up, fought for a different belt, and didn't pay the fee. And the last person I know who did that did pay the fee, and that was Canelo. So what is in the WBC rules? It literally states it. I think it's section 3. I can't remember. I'll have to pull it up. But it's considered a special event sanction. So when you are a champion in a particular belt, for a particular belt, let's say like in Shakur's case, you're the 135 champion, and you want to move up and challenge in a different division in a different sanction body, that's fine. They're saying you got this opportunity because you're a champion. The reason why Teal's even checking for you, the reason why he would even risk it with you is because at least you're a champion coming up. I kind of helped you. Our prestige of having our belt and is kind of what got you to this opportunity in the first place, at least partially, which is kind of true. And so they're saying you have to play it has to be a special event, and technically you're supposed to request it. You're supposed to they have to sanction it. You're supposed to let them know ahead of time, and then you have to, then they charge you. Now it's less than your traditional.
Yeah, that's what he said. It was like 1% instead of the 3%.
1% is less than like like if you were just a regular title defense, if you just fight is mandatory, it would be higher. But they understand that they're not sanctioning the fight, but you are still representing WBC, so absolutely. Because you're the WBC, because they're announcing that hey, you're the 135 champion, moving up to challenge the 140 champion. Same thing happened with Canelo. He was undisputed at 168. He went up to 175 like heavyweight to challenge Bivol. He had to pay that fee. And so, and that this has been in their rules forever. So I get, you might feel like, oh, they pick and choose. Yeah, but we've always known that. But, no one said that when they were like, wow, he's a multi-division champion. You love all that. But then there's a fee to come to that. And it's always happened. And Shakur is a multi-division champion. Bud is a multi-division undisputed champion. So you've known of these rules. You've known. So all I'm saying is that I'm fine with you not liking the rule, but it's just the pretense and way they're bringing it about is like it's kind of fake. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, it's crazy. It's like, and I keep giving the analogy. So you go to a car dealership. You say, I want this car. Yes. Okay. You know what? I'm going to pay you every month. I'm going to pay. This is our agreement. Okay. I'm going to pay on that schedule. And then you decide to just stop paying. And then when they come and repossess the car, you're like, oh my God, I'm the victim here. That's no. You signed an agreement. That's how it always worked. And so these rules are new. And I get it. I think the outrage around it is political. I think maybe the way WBC is feeling like, hey, you know what? I probably could have gave you a little grace period, but you know what? Why would I do that? Because I already know y'all promoting, the ring belt. That's exactly what they did when they got mad. Well, I got the ring belt. On the other side, they're kind of more they're turkey guys, right? So now they're like, oh yeah, well, I got the ring belt and forget you. And so I'm just so appalled, and look how bad the WBC is for, the same rules that they've always had in place. It's the outrage is political, but the rule itself is there. It's been there. I just think it's all silliness.
WBC playing a dangerous game. They playing a dangerous game.
Quickly, I don't want to step on nobody.
Hold on, let me say this, Jupe. But they let Bud get away with it though, Jupe, and they ain't say nothing about it. And then they say something.
That's the whole thing. Hold on, because here's the thing, right? Frequent flyer, you remind me of one of them kids in the neighborhood. Oh, but he got to do it, so I get to do it too. You ain't him, he ain't you. Mind your neck and worry about what's going on with your situation. Now, what I was going to say to you, Jupe. I don't care what you were going to say. What I was going to ask you, Jupe, is the only thing that confuses me about that was if he's already paid it, right? He said he just paid it when he defended his belt against Zepeda in July. So
7 months ago.
Because he's moving up, challenging someone else. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, because you pay every time you go out. You pay, so that's what I'm saying. Well, his argument doesn't make sense because it's something what you're doing, what you're complaining about is something you've been doing for years. That's why I don't get it. Like every time you go out there and you just paid a lesser fee than what you would have paid, because guess what? Instead, let's say across from him in the ring wasn't Teofimo Lopez. Let's say it was Raymond Muratalla. You'd have had to pay it again, and you just had to pay a higher amount instead of 1%. You probably had to pay the 3 or 4% or whatever it is. You're gonna have to pay every out. So I don't understand this. Oh my God, and blah blah. At the end of the day, unless you can prove that someone, they can strip you. Now they do say they may give you a grace period. They may not. But I think that's only when it's written. I don't know if he requested. It depends. But I know he didn't pay it. At the end of the day, if you don't pay your car note, they taking the car. I don't understand what we're arguing about. This is common sense.
Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just say that. Let me just say something about that.
Oh, one at a time.
All right, let me just say.
Go ahead.
Let me.
Go ahead.
Okay. What they do slick is this. The reason why Frequent said they let Bud get away with it. What they did when Bud beat Matchroom, they attached their little regular belt, interim belt, whatever it is, to that fight to try to charge him a fee. He didn't ask for the WBC, and they attached it to him and then try to charge him for it. You know what I mean? So they do some
But
slick shit. They do some slick shit. All I'm saying, they do some slick shit.
that's what I was gonna say, Jab Queen. Even without them attaching that interim, Bud was the champion. Bud was the WBC champion because he beat Errol Spence and was undisputed. And then he went up to fight Madrimov, and they ain't say they didn't charge him the fee.
They did. That's why it wasn't because of that
They
interim
did
belt.
charge
That's
him,
why they
though.
snatched it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's
well,
you're literally proving my point.
No, what Too Rich said is right. They instead of them charging them that, they slid the WBC interim in there for the person whoever win that fight can fight what's his name, the tall dude or whatever. That's what they did. Instead of charging him the fee, they slid an interim belt in there.
They had already given him a grace period because he didn't pay previously. So at the second time he didn't. So they said, okay, fine, you didn't pay us for this particular one. Fine, we're going. They gave him and it's probably why they're no longer giving grace periods and trying to work with you. Yep. Because they said we tried. That's probably why. Actually, he's the reason they probably said, you know what, from here on out, no, we're not doing it. You killed you burnt up the goodwill. So what you're describing is actually still proving my point. If I gave you a grace period and then I said, okay, I'm gonna put this interim on the line, and you say I'm not paying, so I'm not paying you for the first time I'm not supposed to pay, and now I'm not paying you for the interim either. So guess what? No more grace periods. You paying me my money for this belt, or I'm taking the belt. That's it.
But he didn't try to get the interim. He wasn't trying to fight them.
One at a time. Let her finish, because I actually want to say something. Because you know what, Jupe? That makes a lot of sense. And you know what they might start enacting? You might have to pay before the damn fight.
That's what that's what the problem they don't realize. They're gonna, the way they're doing it. If champions stop like, because what you're doing is I got the belt, and now I don't pay the sanction fee afterwards, they're going to start saying I want my money up front, and you're burning up the goodwill, because now you're crying like, oh my God, how could they do this to me? But you knew that bill was due, you accepted it. So and they gave Bud, they kind of worked with Bud, and then he said, well, I ain't paying nothing. Okay, cool. Now I'm not giving out no more grace periods. Now I'm snatching belts.
Yeah,
and I
you
might be
ruined it for everybody.
But you talking about at 168 though. I'm talking about after he beat Spence, right? He moved up. He announced that he was moving up to 154 to fight Madrimov, right?
I understood what you said. You're not, your example doesn't change frequent.
Yeah. If y'all listen to it, can I get it out? Sheesh, I can't even say it.
One at a time. Frequent.
You've been saying the same thing all damn time.
How when I never got through it?
One word.
How when I never got through it? You sound retarded.
One at a time. Flyer, hurry up, and then we go on to you, Dondrick.
Okay, so when Bud beat Earl and then he moved up to 154 to fight Madrimov, Madrimov didn't have a WBC title, right? He fought Madrimov for a different title, a different sanctioning body belt. But the WBC didn't charge him that fee. That's what I mean. They didn't charge him that fee for doing that.
Oh
and
my God,
what they did was
hold on.
Can I explain? Can I finish it?
Hurry up, Frequent.
Dang, I just started talking about but
no, you didn't. You've been talking all night.
The same thing.
I can't never get past this point right here because y'all keep talking. Okay, so instead of them charging him the fee, they tried to slide an interim belt in there to try to get him to fight somebody else at 154, but he wasn't trying to fight nobody else at 154. He was just making a pit stop there to beat Madrimov to get a belt just so he can be another division champion, and then he went straight up to 168. So that interim title didn't mean nothing. The interim title was so you can fight another the WBC champion at 154, but he wasn't trying to do that. So how they gonna try to steer him in that direction? That's why when I keep forgetting Fundora. That's why Bud turned down the Fundora fight, said he was okay after Spence fell out of it or whatever. He said, "Oh, that's okay." He didn't want that fight and just went up to 168. The next time we saw him was all the way at 168. Now, when Bud had his issue with the WBC up there, Mauricio Sulaiman came on and did his own video, and he mentioned that 154, and nobody knew what he was talking about. Like, what? He ain't fight for no belt who you at 154. So the only thing people could think about was the interim title, but he was talking about the regular. He had the WBC at 147, and he moved up. He was talking about that fee.
You just wasted.
He was talking about. You
just said the same thing.
He still let him slide from it. He still let him slide up there.
All right. Enough. Because I hate when people talk at the same time. I can't follow everybody's conversation, and the people in the bushes getting confused. Frequent, land your plane. We're done with your plane. Thank you so much for whatever the hell that was.
I
Dondrick,
still
what's
had a
up?
little bit more battery, but
No,
go ahead.
no, the hell you didn't. No, you
No,
didn't.
no, you don't.
We're done.
No, you don't, nigga. No, you don't, nigga.
Jab,
Go
you
ahead.
mind if I respond just really quickly? I just want to compare. I want to compare what he said to what I said. Everything, I think what Frequent does, he just talks for a very long extended time and hoping that he'll confuse you. Everything, the scenario that he just described, what happened to Bud, is the exact same thing that happened to Shakur and the exact same thing that happened to Canelo. You had belts at a lower division. Bud had the WBC because he was undisputed. He had the WBC belt at 147. Shakur has a WBC belt at 135. They moved up. Automatically, you supposed to pay a special event sanctioning fee from the WBC because you were a WBC champion in the lower division. The WBC rules state if you move up and challenge for a different belt, you owe us a fee. That's the fee that we're talking about. It had nothing to do with the interim belt. It's because you didn't pay the fee when you moved up the first time, and they said, okay, they gave you a grace period to pay for it, and then you did it again, and you still didn't pay for it. It's the same scenario versus when Canelo did the same exact thing. He was undisputed at 168. He has the WBC. He moved up to challenge Bivol. Bivol has the WBO. And guess what? He had to pay a special event sanctioning fee. It's the exact same scenario. There's no change. The difference is that Bud and Shakur didn't want to pay the fee. They got stripped. Canelo paid it. He didn't get stripped. The end.
Go ahead, Dondrick.
Yeah, that was pretty much, that was beautifully said. It's just, I don't understand why people keep saying it because people's like, oh, he's going up there to fight for a belt. To go up there to fight for a belt, people have to say, hey, we recognize this person in our sanctioning body. So we're going to use his champion status in WBC at 135 to get you a fight up here with these guys. So you're going to use my champion status to get the fight. But then when it's time to pay me for helping you get the fight, you don't want to pay me no more. Same thing with Bud did. The WBC put him number 1 in the rankings to get him the fight with Canelo. So that's how he got his shot. So people don't understand it. They use him to get there, and then when it's time to come back and give them their money, you understand why these now it's gonna be all Mexicans with the WBC belt. Watch, because they're gonna be like, all right, since y'all want to keep playing, none of y'all niggas gonna get this belt ever again.
Yep.
And that's how it's gonna go. 'Cause, boy, y'all not. It's pay your bill, bro. That's it. If you don't want the belt, hey, bro, we're gonna drop the belt. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you. Pay your bills. Pay your bills, you bum. Pay your bills, you bum. That's it, and that's all.
Did y'all see what Mauricio posted? It goes in line with everything you just said. I don't know if y'all saw Mauricio's latest post.
No.
He hanging out with Pitbull.
I saw that. Yeah.
I'm like, he like, I'm getting folks that's gonna pay off front.
Pitbull going back to 35. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna save y'all that secret. Pitbull going back to 35. Get that belt.
I ain't mad at that. What's up, DJ? DJ, baby, we can't hear you.
Go, DJ.
DJ, you gotta fix your mic and come back, baby. Because I don't know what you got going on. Fix your mic and come right back. But yeah, so listen, that's all it boils down to. You have to pay your bills, you pay for the prestige, and like Juke said, you use them to get to this level, to get you this particular fight. Now it's F me. I hate people like that. I can't stand people like that. Like people, oh, you take me over here, I'm gonna pay you when we get there. Then you get the I'm saying they ain't had no money, you know. You use me to get what you wanted out of me, but then when it's time for you to pay back, it ruins it for everybody else. That's what's gonna happen. Well, like I said, what they're gonna start doing now is start making y'all niggas pay up front.
Yeah, the WBC didn't. They only tried to charge Bud the $300K for the undisputed sanction.
Blaze, yes,
is what
Blaze.
I was trying to tell y'all.
Yes, Blaze. That's what I'm saying. The OG and the YN is running off on the block. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. DJ, what's up, baby?
WBC playing a dangerous game. The boxers gonna start falling asleep.
Hold on, too Rich. It's not on you, baby. It's not on you, baby. What's up, DJ?
Can you hear me or not?
Yeah, I can hear you now. There you go. What's up?
So here's the world according to DJ. And believe it or not, I actually agree with some of everything everyone said. When I looked into this, and by no means am I an expert, so come at me all you want, but when I watched a a breakdown of the WBC rules in an interview. Basically, it wasn't necessarily about Shakur moving up. What it was is that the WBC rules have a rules in their sanctioning bodies that says that you can't be a multiple division champion at the same time, barring some special circumstance. Right? So the difference here with Shakur moving from 35 to 40 was that, yes, I agree with you that there was inevitably going to be a cost to pay for that. Now, we can all go down a rabbit hole and say, well, did the WBC talk to Shakur's team beforehand? Did Shakur know about it? This, that, and the third, right? The difference between what I'm hearing in the chat is that when Bud moved from 47, he got stripped of the IBF about 5 minutes after he beat Spence. And then when he went to 54 to fight Madrimov, who technically was the champion, the WBA champion, and he fought for that, his Bud actually vacated the belts about 2 weeks before that fight. So all of the sanctioning bodies rules, be it WBA, WBO, WBC, don't apply because he'd vacated. So the comments about Mauricio on the day that he stripped Bud at 168 don't really apply to what happened at 54 because it was a WBA belt and he'd already vacated the 47 belts. So it's not really like for like. My issue in all of this is that I agree that if you sign a contract to say that you're going to use your belt status to go from 35 to 40 and your profile and you being the champion of the WBC comes at a cost. I agree with that, right? Whether the question now for me remains whether they knew about it and didn't care, or they didn't know about it and then got lumped with $100,000 fee straight after the fight when he beat Tio. That's the bit that I'm unsure about. But the reference to Bud is kind of it's really not the same. What really I would say to everyone is you're absolutely about to watch exactly the same circumstance unfold with Benavidez being the 175 WBC champ going to cruiserweight to fight Zerto. So let's watch what happens there, because if the WBC doesn't impose the same rules and the same sanction fee on Benavidez, whether he pays it or he gets stripped or not, then I would suggest that there might have been some, what would I call it, emotional decision making, or join it to Bud, do whatever you want there. Because if Benavidez beats Zerto, it's absolutely exactly the same situation that we've got with Shakur going from 35 to 40 to fight under different belts, as Benavidez will go from 175 to cruiser. And I'll throw it back to the panel.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
I might have forgot something. I'm confused. What belt? So I know Benavidez might be challenging Bivol or whatever. And they're saying it's the same thing because he'll be moving up as a champion. But what belt does Benavidez have? Benavidez doesn't have a belt.
Yeah, he's got WBC 175 belt.
David Benavidez does?
Yep.
Yes, because Bivol dropped it.
Yeah, remember they made Bivol drop it?
Okay, well, on the website, it's still saying Bivol.
No, Benavidez, not Bivol.
They slow as hell to update that thing. Now, Benavidez has that belt. They slow as hell to update that. That's how
maybe they haven't updated. Okay, that's why I'm looking like, what happened? Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. You're right, DJ. We'll see how how they play. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm telling you, that left a bad taste in Mauricio Sulaiman's mouth. And I played for y'all Thursday how he feels about Zuffa and their comments. But what I find interesting is that they're still gonna let Jai Opataya fight on both sides, right? And I know some people say, well, the ring belt, is made of gold or whatever the hell it's made of. But the ring belt really has no value in boxing. It's the 4 belts. And then if you get the ring belt, that's the cherry on top. But you can't just run around here talking about you're a ring champion and people give a damn. Let's be honest. These are years and years and decades of set old rules and regulations and prestige that I'm a 4-belt champion. You just with the ring belt. I mean, that's something they just scribbled around and made up. And then that Zuffa belt, I mean, we're going to see. We definitely gonna see what happens, but you got to pay to play, and like y'all said, if in fact Y'all use my belt to get to that level. I allowed you to go up there and challenge him. Yeah, I want a couple dollars. The ring is lineal, but ain't that only lineal if you have the other 4?
No, you don't challenge for the ring belt. It's actually awarded to you.
Yeah, so yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. He's saying it's lineal,
usually,
but lineal is only what you get after you have the other 4, right? Or can you just go challenge somebody for just a ring belt?
If
somebody has the ring belt still, if somebody still has the ring belt, you can challenge them because you beat the man who was the man apparently. But how it should be is you should have to collect all 4 belts and prove that you're the best at the division. But
that's what I'm
right
saying.
now, just fight for the ring belt.
Well, this is the thing.
That ain't the way it is, though.
It's just, the problem is that people are wrongly or incorrectly conflating lineal with ring. Lineal existed before Ring Magazine existed. Matter of fact, I think it's older than WBA itself, because WBA is the oldest belt. It's older than Ring Magazine. It was WBA, but it used to be called the NBA. Then it changed names, and now this is now associated with basketball. Anywho, lineal is just like yes, the man that beats the man. So normally how it's established, it has nothing to do with the ring belt. Actually, the way it works is that, okay, let's say the root word of it is lineage, right? Because back then you had one undisputed with just one belt, right? They didn't have all these belts. So if you beat the champion and that person beat that champion and that person, that each person was lineal, it was a line, right? It was a lineage of that belt. So now it's a little bit more complicated to track. Sometimes it's associated by the belt, sometimes it's not. Like, for example, the last true lineal, well, now we can now probably say that's Usyk because he had to regather all the belts. The last true lineal of heavyweight was like Lennox. Lennox never had the WBO belt, right? Because the WBO was not officially one of the 4 sanctioned bodies until later. So now, but Lennox retired before anyone beat him. So therefore, that broke the lineage, right? So in order to redo it, you have to start from scratch and go through undisputed all over again. So now it's Usyk. So let's say Usyk retires and no one beats him. You have to start all over again by becoming undisputed, which is the 4 belts. If the ring's on the line, fine, but it's not associated with lineal. That's not how it's worked.
They usually make they'll make number 1 and number 2 in the division fight each other, and then that person will be the ring champion.
Right, but I'm saying that's the ring, but not lineal. Lineal is different. Lineal is
So that's what I'm saying. So
before lineal existed before the Ring magazine, it was ever a thing.
But lineal just wasn't an actual physical belt. It's just
still not.
It's just an idea. But usually the lineal champion ends up with the ring belt nowadays.
Not really, because that's not necessarily true.
So you can just fight.
Hold on. It's whoever the magazine votes on.
Who's lineal that don't got the ring belt though?
It's been a ton throughout history.
Hold on. So you can just fight for the ring belt and that's it.
I'm assuming that's why they're about to make it. Because
you can.
The Ring magazine, okay, and now is really biased now because it's owned by promoters and has been since De La Hoya. It's whoever they decide that they can decide to put their belt up whenever they feel like it, and they're the ones doing, and they're basing it off their rankings. It's their opinion. So Ring magazine, if I have fighters signed to me, I'm associated with. Of course, I'm only going to put my fighters on there. So it doesn't. Yeah. It's whenever it's whoever they decide. They can put the ring belt. They can decide. Hey, we can say, you know what, this is a great fight. I think the ring belt should be up there. If they don't want it up there, it's not up there.
Yeah, like put it like this. Put it like this. Hold on, Jude. Hold on. Put it like this. At 147, there's nobody who's lineal, correct? The thing is, in the ring rankings, guess who's not in the rankings? Guess who's not in the rankings?
Who?
Rolly and Barrios. Rolly and Barrios.
Right. They're champions.
So if they unify, they wouldn't get the belts. But if Devin and another champion unify, they would get the ring belt.
Because Devin's associated with the ring. Right.
No, so because Rolly got handed a belt. That's why. He inherited the belt off of Boots leaving because they just out of thin air just put the secondary belt up for grabs for him and Ryan Garcia when they fought. And so he got that secondary belt, and then Boots had the WBA Super.
Hold on, one at a time.
No, I just mean
Go ahead,
that means they wasn't never number 1 or number 2 or even close in that division.
Right, but one thing is that number 1, number 2, based on whose rankings, because each sanctioned body has their own rankings. Ring's rankings don't top anything. It's just a magazine. Their rankings don't top anything. It's just their opinion. There's TRBR rankings, which is an old organization. I probably don't even know about that, but they're still around. It's based on their discretion. So at the end of the day, they can, and it has nothing to do with, because he got handed the belt, blah blah blah. Barrio is it don't matter who you fought for, what have you got the belt, because there have been champions before who just got the belt and they because someone else
vacated or something.
And they've given them and they put the ring on the line. So that's not necessarily true. And I'm talking about throughout history. So it's just not true. At the end of the day, the ring belt, they can put it whoever they want, and of course it's gonna just like if you look at the rankings, they have people who are associated on the ring more likely ranked on there than not at the end of the day. Now, again, to be lineal, unless there's a line, if the line has been disconnected, you have to now go for undisputed with the 4 major sanctioning bodies. That does not include the ring belt. It has nothing to do with the ring belt. Undisputed and lineal has never had anything to do with the ring belt, ever. So now they're basically about to say we're gonna only do ring. So now I don't want to hear anymore. It's undisputed. It's most likely sanctioned. No, because now you're choosing to do away with all that history and disconnect from it. So you can't claim it anymore.
But Jerron Boots Ennis was the lineal title holder, right? He had the lineal belt, and
what lineal belt?
I mean, he had the ring belt. I'm sorry, he had the ring belt, right?
Lineal.
Yeah, he had the Jerron Boots Ennis had the ring belt, right? Because he unified with the other person who they thought was number 2 in the division, who was Stanionis. And so he got that's the opinion, you right. So he got lineal, but what I'm saying is he got the ring belt, right? And then
the ring belt, not lineal.
The ring belt. He got the ring belt. But when he vacated his belts and left, Devin and Brian Norman Jr. were about to fight, right? And Devin petitioned. He asked them to put the ring belt on the line, and they said no. So you said that Devin would get it because he's associated with him.
Yeah,
they didn't let him get it, and he beat the number 1 guy.
One at a time. Please.
Okay.
They didn't let him get it, but he was the number 1 guy. Huh?
You're missing what I just said. His association is the rankings. I'm not saying they will always get it. I feel like you don't listen. Okay.
No, what I was saying was Brian Norman Jr. was considered number 1, right? And Devin Haney was about to fight. He was going into a fight with him, and they asked for them to put the ring title on the line, but they said no, and Devin ended up beating him, and that's why Devin don't got the belt. So Devin won't get it just because he is associated with Turkey Island Sheep. Apparently,
not what I said though.
The whole point that he's trying to make is he's defending Devin Haney. Just let him have it. Damn.
Right.
You see Dodger's picture?
You wasted arguing something I didn't say. That's the problem.
I was looking at you earlier. Why you look naked? I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm gonna have to check my situations because I don't know who's running around here taking people wrenches, acting like they crazy. I got to check my security situation. But Dondrick, is that Devin running out the back door in your thumbnail?
Yes, that is Devin. With his 40 times, he ran a 4.5. He is elite athlete.
Jag Queen, you need to give me the big wrench so I can regulate down in there. Let me get the big wrench.
Nigga, you ain't getting a wrench. Talking about a big wrench. What the hell are you talking about? Nah, but okay. So I'm gonna take it back around and then we done. Who do we want to see Shakur fight at 140? Too Rich, you go first. Too Rich, baby. Come on now. You sleep, Grandpa? All right, well, you snooze, you lose. Flyer. Who do you want to see this boy, the little figurine, the one who say he's an itty bitty little man? Who do you want to see him fight?
Wait, who you talking about?
Shakur.
Shakur? Who? Well, I thought you asked me that already, but I think he should go ahead and fight Lamont Roach, because Lamont Roach, I think Lamont Roach should be a measuring stick for him and Tank. Because we saw Lamont Roach and Tank fight, and they was banging it out. They fight real similar, and he made Tank take a knee and all of that. So I think he should fight.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. FaZe, you got to put your camera on, baby. I never seen you up here before. How you doing, baby? Hold on. Let me let this ignorant fool back up here. Frequent, we're not doing all of that tonight, okay? Please, get Tank balls out your mouth, off your chin, something.
He said he
Phase, what's
made him
up,
take a
baby?
knee. What's up? My
Lord
boy
have
Flyer,
mercy.
man. He always get me laughing. He say he made Tank take a knee.
Child, please. What's up with it? What you got
Nah,
on it?
I think Shakur should fight Dalton. I think Shakur and Dalton would be a
Dalton
good
Smith?
fight. Yeah.
Why you think that?
I think Dalton gonna like try to put like different kind of pressure. Like I feel like them European styles be they good with their feet and they good with their pressure. So I think he could give a better threat than like Gary Antoine.
You think he'll be a better
Stylistically.
fight for Shakur stylistically than Antoine?
I think he gonna be too fast for Antoine. And Antoine gonna be doing some of that same thing. Like he ain't gonna know where to put his feet. I just think Shakur know how to box them kind of guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who you want to see Devin fight next? I put a poll up on my community page. Ryan won, if anybody was interested. But who you think? Because I see him calling out Xander at 154, all this kind of foolishness. Who do you think he should fight next?
I think Devin should fight Rolly. I think Rolly gonna give Devin a good fight. I think Rolly gonna like step his game up for Devin and try something different.
Rolly been actually getting a little better. Nobody want to give him credit for it, but I think that Connor, Ben, and Rolly are in the process of making some sort of a fight or trying to negotiate something.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but Flyer, we're not going back to you. Juke, baby, who do you want to see Shakur in there with, since he is we'll leave you for last with your long-winded ass. Who do you think is going to be a good, because I don't want to see him fight any more off-brand ass niggas. You beat T.O., that was a good win. That's the best name on your resume. You can only take it up from here. You cannot go back down. So who do we want to see him get that smoke with? I mean, real damn smoke. Enough of this pity pat shit. Who do we want to see that we think would challenge him? Not saying anybody can beat him, because obviously there's no blueprint to that yet. But who do we think will at least challenge his skill set?
So for me, I want to see Shakur fight a style that I haven't seen him fight. Like, I'm a big proponent of like different style matchups that I haven't seen before. So it can give us a different look. So it might not be the most realistic, but it's the best stylist I haven't seen. I would like him to fight Hitchens. Hitchens or Keyshawn, and I know they the brothers, right? That's what sucks about this whole, brother situation, because I've seen Shakur fight a pressure fighter like a that Ennis Zapata. I've seen him fight someone who's kind of flat-footed, who mainly just relies on the athleticism and a hook, which is kind of T.O. and Valdez. Even though Valdez is a little bit more pressure than T.O. is. T.O. is more of a counterpuncher. I've seen him, just fight people who I haven't seen him fight anyone with a very strong jab and really good footwork. That's what I want to see. I want to see him fight like a pure boxer. So I think Hitchens will be a great fight. I want to see how that looks. I want to see, how that chess match will work. If somebody will push each other back, how that works. Or Keyshawn, because Keyshawn is kind of like a boxer puncher. I haven't seen him fight a boxer puncher, except like maybe the best you can come to is Santos. But again, he was injured, and then neither one of them want to do nothing. So it kind of sucks. So that's my absolute top choices, because that style of matchups we haven't seen before. Everything else I've seen.
Well, you know what, Juke, that you made a good point too. But I will say this, right? If he does go up to 147, I want to see him fight Devin. I think he beats Devin, but I think at least it'll be a decent fight. Neither one of them got a whole bunch of power, so I don't know how scared they will be to engage with each other. But I really am interested in that fight right there. They were supposed to fight at 135. They never actually, that fight never manifested. So I would be interested in seeing that fight at 147. But the Hitchens, that's a good damn fight.
That's a great fight.
Rehydration clause or no, though?
We're not doing no damn rehydration clause for 140. You at 140. Stop
Hitchens is at 40.
No, for Dev at 147.
I mean,
they're the same size. I don't see why.
I mean,
talk about it, Dondrick.
Yeah, I think Devin versus Shakur, I would like it if, like, my thing is, I'm a person, that's just my bias. The jumping around weight classes all the time annoys me. To me, I think boxing is at its healthiest when we see in the matchups in the division, and we like, we get some storylines. People bouncing around for styles is annoying to me. I think that's why boxing kind of is not as good as it used to be. I'm okay with the Devin Shakur fight. I would like it more if like Shakur. I like the way Shakur looked at 140. I still think he looked good at 135. Devin just got acclimated at 147. I'm okay with that. That's not like it's not a priority for me though. Like, because now it's not really a fair fight. Plus, people who complain about people pulling folks up, I don't want to see that now. No, and Devin just got to 147, shop at 147. The fight for Devin for me is Ryan. I really don't care about no other matchup but Ryan.
Yep.
You know, we talk about rematches. That's rematch we need to see. He needs to make him pay for that mess he did to him. I don't care.
Ryan
That's
ducking
get back I want. Anything else, I really don't care about. That's just my opinion.
Ryan
If
ducking
you say
though,
that one more damn time, I'm gonna choke your ass out. Ain't nobody ducking no damn.
It ain't
I'm
your
assuming
turn.
that Dank Father put this in the chat for you. This is Jerron Boots Ennis with his lineal belt. I'm assuming that's what this is, Dank baby.
It's the ring belt.
It's okay. Yeah, okay. It's the ring belt. Lineal champ of the world. That's what he said. That's what I don't know what Dank Father got going on with all of this.
And see, that's my problem. I don't like that.
I think, and that's why. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now you go ahead, Ju. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, which is why I said, which I don't know if people listen. I said people often wrongly and incorrectly conflate, and which is intentional, the ring belt and lineal. I love Boots. He's wrong. Lineal existed well beyond, and you can see if you go back and watch some old fights. I got some old tape of Jack Johnson from like one of my college professors gave it to me because he knew I loved him. They were saying this is before the belts were even established, okay? And before Ring Magazine, like you can go back. The lineal existed before all of this. So he's incorrect, but that's okay. You know, boxers don't have to get everything right. Everyone don't study stuff and go on belts in history like I do. So that's fine.
Yeah, you know what? I agree, Thrill Hill. There is too many belts. Now listen. With this whole Zuffa mess, and y'all know I've been covering this extensively. Like I said, they have another card next weekend with FA at Jogba as the main event. I don't know if y'all been watching those cards, but they are in uniforms, as y'all can see. And then just certain things that are taking place within that contract. But nevertheless, with them having now the Zuffa belt, do y'all think it's going to create just another side of the street? Or what do y'all think is going to happen with that? Because, oh, you eager? Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah. I like. See, I learned a little bit about Zuffa. So Zuffa, they let you pick. Will let you pick your gloves and your shoes. So you can pick that, but they do pay like the trainers to pay to wear the outfits. So they pay them like sort of a little bonus if they wear the stuff. So it's like marketing, if it makes sense. So they're doing that. I've been researching Zuffa. I've been talking to people in the background, so I done got a little information on it. So, but they pay them for that. So if you see them wearing that, because they paid them.
Well,
You see
because what I read,
it's not a lot now.
Yeah, no, from what I understand, that is a part of their contract, right? That's a part of, like you said, their marketing, right? And they actually pretty much own whatever the hell the fighters touch. They own their image and likeness, and even down to what I read, their tattoos, if they wanted to, depending on what tattoos they got. And they pretty much signed their whole life over to Zuffa once, and they have to wear them uniforms. They don't get a choice.
Yeah, it says
they
it in there.
No, they get a choice. They get a choice, and if they want to. Now, if they still do it, because they don't charge you. They let them pick their own shoes and gloves, but they still. Because if you notice, some of the fighters can, some can't.
I think those are the ones that they're trying to position as the face. But like the last two cards I watched,
that's what I'm trying to get. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like they're gonna pick and choose who they do it with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Because they want the brand.
Just like they're letting Jai Opataya fight for the rest of the belts, because you know he's in the process of trying to get the belt, so they are going to allow him. But that goes against everything that Dana White originally said that he was going to do, because the reason, quote unquote, that there was too many belts, which is why they created the Zuffa. But now you're also going to let your boys bounce back and forth. He didn't really think that all the way through. But hold on, because it looks like Dank Father has something else. And Dank Father, I am not your secretary, baby.
I think that's for the
He
chat.
just wants to argue with me. I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, I think that's for the chat because he's still
bring it up.
He's still talking about the lineal title. You know that
he wants some attention and he ain't getting it. He wants to pay, baby.
Oh,
number one and number two in the ranking system got to fight. You know, if the undisputed champion.
Now that is what I do like. That's the only thing I do like about Zuffa. They make the number one and the number two fight. They do that. That's the only thing I like. But this uniform crap, their pay, the fact that they got to pay for their own ambulance and medical out of their paycheck, you don't have to tell them how much an event made. All of that is a little too sketchy for me. You know, I can't get jiggy with that shit.
It's gonna be like the UFC. If anybody watches UFC,
Exactly, Zandrick.
it's gonna be exactly like it. It's gonna be a card almost every other week or every month at least, and they're gonna have whoever they have on their roster, and they're all gonna be fighting each other. There may not be good fights. It may be good fights, but they're gonna fight. So it's just gonna be more consistent boxing. So I have no problem with it, but they're not taking over shit for now. But they're gonna have consistent boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's just what it is. People can make their own, and you can watch both. You don't have to pick and choose, but just understand what it is, what you're looking at when you're watching Zuffa. Those boys is on a 360 deal. You know what I'm saying? Which is good for those fighters who weren't really getting a lot of play, I guess, on this side. They're getting to stay active and they're getting to earn a little bit of money. But, sometimes you got to look at the big picture and not just what's right in front of you, because long term, it's like, you pretty much signed them for life. What they got you on 6-year contract, and then after that, if you win, they get to extend it. And so, I mean, being a champion could still have your ass in jail. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to get out, there's no legal recourse because you are not allowed to sue them. You have to go through arbitration with a arbitrator of their choosing. So things get a little sticky over there. Just something for y'all to keep in mind. Well, I don't know about that, DJ, because he was very clear about the belts, and that was one of his campaigning points, if you will. So who knows?
A Jab Queen, I think it's just like I think it's kind of like a other side of the street, like you were saying. I think that because if you sign to the PBC, it's going to be all of the same things in place too. They're not going to let you fight over, over top rank or nothing like that. For nobody, they ain't not going to let their champions go over there. And they got some degree of control over them and all of that, just like the Zuffa Boxing League. So I feel like it's the same thing again. They just making it more formal and stuff and being more upfront.
It's not.
If you sign with
it's not the same at all.
As an up and coming fighter, bro, shut up, bro.
You suck. Nope. Nah, you see how I feel, don't you? It feel bad, don't it?
Can I smack
it
him?
Feel
real
bad.
Quick? You ain't gonna say nothing.
Can.
Y'all close your eyes for a second. I'm gonna smack this dude, man.
Boy,
you ain't gonna do a goddamn thing, old ass nigga.
You should sign up for Zuffa. Both of us should sign up for Zuffa, man. So you could be my
first opponent. I can go fight you tomorrow, old nigga. I'll knock your older.
He gonna get
beat up by old. I got you this lesson, old man.
Little whippersnapper.
Y'all. Oh my goodness, I ain't heard that in 100 years. But did y'all know that speaking of knocking people out and whooping on people's head, Gamboa is going to be on bare knuckle boxing. So I don't know if y'all want to catch that. He's definitely putting his hat in the ring for some bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah, that poor baby. He just got back to, he was I think he had some type of car accident in Cuba, so he was in jail for a couple of years over there. He just got allowed to come back to the US, so and I think he's like 44, 45 now. So yeah, that's tough. But yeah, that bare knuckle, that's some dangerous stuff. But I was gonna mention about the Zuffa boxing really quick. So I remember everybody was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. It's gonna bring the sport together, and it's gonna force everybody to fight everybody."
No,
and I remember telling people, "This is going to have the absolute effect, the absolute complete opposite effect, and you're gonna wish for the days of old. You're going to wish." Because we say, "Oh, well, these sanctioned bodies don't really fight each other," and that's what's so crazy. And that's something that a little saying that we've allowed the MMA world to like dupe boxing fans. That's what so bothers me. It's mind-boggling. Oh, they don't fight each other over there. They don't fight each other. Well, they don't in MMA either. People remember there's different companies. There was PFL, there was UFC, and there was Bellator. They never fought each other. But on the other side, in boxing, you actually got more mixed matching. We literally about to have that. We just had it, right? You just had I can't think of who just matched up, but you're seeing Top Ranking and PBC collab. We've seen that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We've seen these different mix and matchups before. So the idea. So you got people saying, "Oh yeah, let's make it like the UFC." No, the UFC, you talking about the sides of the street, baby. You about to be on a different continent. You about to be like exiled, and there will never be any crossing. And Dana has said that. He said, "My goal is to make these belts obsolete." So all that ranking and history and lineage and lineal, it's about to be cooked. And the people going over there, you no longer associated with that. The great,
yo, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, why would you?
It's destroying the legacy entirely. But they wanted to win an argument on the internet, so you know.
Why would you work so hard to just do that? And then, like you said, I think so too. You know what I think too, Juke? I think these niggas, the ones that are scared, are gonna run over there and tuck tail under Zuffa and try to call niggas out while they're under Zuffa. Boxing Hacker, what do you want?
Of course they are.
Yo, Jack Queen, what's up, man? What's up?
Boxing Hacker, that's your real picture, Boxing Hacker?
Well, it's an animated picture of me.
Yeah,
that's not him.
Boxing Hacker or Rasta.
I understand. That's a picture of me, but it's like AI updated, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it.
Okay, he catfishing. He catfishing. Stop lying, nigga. That ain't you. That's Bob
I
Marley.
mean, I'm not a cartoon character. I'm not a cartoon character. Of course. But it's me. But it's me. But it's a cartoon version.
What's up with it, baby?
What's up? What's up? Hey, yo, I don't know why people be so scared about Zuffa, but if you all hear what El Rayo said, like he's loving what they're doing, what Zuffa's doing for him right now. You know.
Well, that's what I said. For those who didn't get a chance to fight often, then that's fine. And whoever chooses to go over there goes over there. I'm just trying to make people situationally aware, Boxing Hacker. There's nothing wrong with letting people know what's really going on over there. Fuck the shiny shit. I want, mother love the fine print, baby. So I don't mind. I like telling people what's really going on.
What are you afraid of? What's your main?
I don't think we're afraid. I think we're just stating facts. I think if you state facts, I think you guys are characterizing things. We're stating facts, and when you hear those facts, well, what are you scared of? I'm just stating a fact. I'm telling you what's about to happen. I'm telling you what's in the contract. There's a whole 4 or 5 page article that breaking down the contracts. There's no fear. I don't care. I'm just telling you what you guys said and how it doesn't align with what's actually about to happen. There's no fear. I mean, I've had the best. I'm older. I'm a woman of a certain age, and I've got to see a lot of great boxing. If y'all want to change it, fine. I got the box rates here. I got all my stuff in. So y'all tell him.
I think my favorite boxer was Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I think it's a good idea, because when you look at the nature of the situation, like right now, you have all these sanction bodies, all these sanction fees, and like fighters are complaining, and not a lot of fighters are protected, even though people pay these sanction fees, like we don't ever see it go to fighters. Like we see fighters go homeless, and like what the sanction bodies were supposed to protect the fighters, they're not really doing that, But Zuffa is going to be one body. Fighters are going to have access to like a gym. They're gonna have access to training, which they don't have to pay.
Boxing Hacker, I will step on your
it's important. No, wait. Hold on, Jab Queen. Remember one thing: like part of your training camp is paying for a gym. Yeah, like also that's actually important.
Like company towns,
access to like health insurance. So also have access to health insurance is also important. So like a lot of features are gonna be there. And now people always complain about that whole $200 minimum retainer fee, right? But like currently in boxing, like fighters go without fights and they don't get no kind of minimum. They get nothing. They just get no money whatsoever. So like there's a little bit. Yeah, what's up?
You understand that they don't have to disclose to you how much your event made, right? So they can just pay you whatever the hell they want to pay you. You are aware that over there on the Zuffa, honey, you have to pay for your own ambulance. You have to pay for your own medical over there too. What are you talking about?
And that gym.
So here's the difference
comes out of there.
Jeffrey, here's the difference though, right? I said they're giving access to your health insurance. Yeah, you're always gonna pay your own medical bills. Like it's like going to a regular job and they give you health insurance. When you go to the hospital, you still pay your medical bills. You just pay with your health insurance. The only difference the job is giving you the health insurance to pay for it.
The difference was that you made enough to pay your own insurance, and now you won't.
Not everybody makes enough, so that's the problem. That's also the problem, right? Like sometimes we look at like the top 3% boxers and be like, "That's everybody." Like, oh, boxers are making millions. No, the top 3%.
Most boxers still make more. You know what? I'm not about to argue.
I digress. I digress.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I digress.
But listen, here's the thing about Hacker, right? They can go over there if they want to. And I said that before you hopped on my goddamn panel. Whoever decides to go over there to stay active, then that's fine. I got no problem with that. If you ain't active over here and you want to go over there and get you some money, then absolutely, by any means. But do not tell me that I cannot inform the people of what's really going on behind that little pretty glass that they got up.
Well, Well, it's not gonna be just people who are in there. I think a lot of boxers are gonna end up going there because, like I already mentioned, like if you look at somebody like Shakur's situation where the sanction body charging him a fee, and it's like you're not even part of the whole fight, but I have to pay you anyway. Or you look at Ryan Garcia has a title fight. You know, I always say like Ryan Garcia has a title fight after losing to Rolly, right? What happened to the people that were supposed to be the number one contender for that title?
Exactly.
You see you see the problem there? Like also when Ryan went to like 140, he took Gary Russell's ranking out of nowhere, and he lost the fight before that. You know, so like a lot of things are happening currently in boxing that we sort of ignore because we look at like the popular fighters, but.
Nobody's
Like,
ignoring the boxing happen. What we're
but I
saying is
think
everybody. It's funny
I
that
don't think
everybody
y'all
will say
listen.
boxing is a
Y'all don't
dirty
like
business,
listen.
right? No, hold on, Drew.
Right.
It's funny that everybody says boxing is a dirty business and then then cry and complain about it being a dirty business, right? Which is crazy to
Yeah.
me because if you watch Dana White and what he has done with the UFC, he has currently been sued multiple times for millions of dollars by his UFC fighters because he keeps all of the money. If you pay attention
Right.
and you read the fine print, do you know that if the boxers feel like they have been done wrong, they cannot sue him? They have no legal recourse. They have no right to know how much an event made. Tell me how that's good for the sport.
When you say they cannot sue him, right? Like so what do you mean?
They
They have to go
cannot
through
sue him.
arbitration?
They have to go through arbitration or arbitrator of their choosing. So you tell me if
Yeah.
you think how many of them are going to come out on top.
So you can't get your own arbitrator, so they won't be independent. It's their
So
arbitrator.
yeah, within the confines of like the contract, right? I get that.
He's trying to
But
find a way to make it better.
no, that stuff happens in regular business too. You know,
You can't
it's
make
not
this
like
shit up, Drew. You
no,
can't
it's
make
not
this
like
up.
out of the
anyone
realm of
else's contract.
possibility. Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. A lot of times you have businesses like that where they want you to go through arbitrator instead, you know, because they
Right,
don't
but
want
it's an
the
independent
model to get
arbitrator.
messed up.
It's
But
okay.
But the thing is,
but realize one thing: if something becomes too
One at a
egregious
time.
or too bad, you can still file a lawsuit. Nobody can stop you from going to court. You know, technically speaking, but like they'll rather have you handle it within the confines of the arbitrator. That's a normal situation. Even the whole thing
Boxing
about the
Hacker.
identity is normal as well. Like they own part of your identity. That's also normal. It actually happens in regular boxing.
Not normal. No, it's not.
No, the hell
It
it
is
don't. These
normal.
boys have ring
It
walks.
does.
They talk
It
about
does.
their
Some
boxing
people.
fits. What are
Oh
you
my
talking
God.
about?
No. If you're signed to a promoter, like there's certain things you cannot do. They own you. Like for instance, I'll give you an example. Ryan Garcia wanted to do like an exhibition fight, right? Who stopped him? Golden Boy stopped him, right? Because
We said
they're concerned about that image. So like when they invest into
No,
you,
that's not why he would stop. See, Boxing Hacker, when you say things, you have to keep them factual. You love doing that shit. No, that is not why Ryan Garcia was not permitted to participate in that goddamn thing. He was not allowed to participate in it because he was still signed to Golden Boy. He was still suspended as a boxer. You cannot do that. And then he tried to cut Golden Boy out, which is his promoter. That is why he was not allowed to participate in that exhibition.
And also, really quickly, so I just want to just say one point.
That ain't no sorta, nigga. That's what happened.
No. So why did it happen? Okay, look at what you just said, right? Let's say
I just told you why it happened.
yeah. Okay, let's take those points, right? Let's take those points that you just mentioned, right? They weren't gonna get cut from the
fight.
fight.
They're not points. They're facts.
Yeah, those facts, right? He was still suspended. He was doing an exhibition, so that's not part of boxing, right? He could do that fair and square.
No,
even if you're suspended, you can
This guy.
because it's not it's not a sanctioned fight. You just can't participate in like a sanctioned fight. Exhibitions are not sanctioned, so you can. That's out of the realm of boxing. So that's one thing. Golden Boy wasn't getting a cut of the money. They could have just requested they could have sued or asked for a cut of the money. That's nothing. Those two things don't really matter. What matters is that Golden Boy owns Ryan Garcia's identity as a fighter.
No, they don't.
That's what really matters. They do.
You're lying.
They do. They do. Why do you think some certain fights?
Let me just prove what he's saying is wrong right now. Just really quick, because you're gonna talk forever and a day, and just
No, the hell he ain't either. Not on my panel.
Why do you think?
God, he's so.
Why do you think like certain fighters can't all show their own fights? You know that, right? Like certain fights you can only see in certain networks. You know that because they own the identity of those fighters.
It's not the identity. It's the record. That's not the same. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus.
Boxing Hacker, baby. As I stated to you when you first flew your raggedy ass up on my panel, if If they decide to go over there, it's fine. All I want them to know is what they're getting themselves into. And there is nothing wrong with letting everybody know what's really going on up front before making them sign a contract. As long as they are fully informed of what they're getting themselves into and they still decide to participate in it, good luck to you, baby. That's all I'm saying. But we are going to let them know what is fully involved in that contract.
Yeah,
while
no
y'all
doubt.
over here
I mean,
licking Dana White's bald head, some of us actually give a damn about boxers and what happens to them.
they're taking L's right now. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I don't know, man. I think people will ignore it. Like, boxing is going through like a wild situation right now.
Wrong again.
Yeah, boxing is going. It's wild shit happening in boxing. So
I just want to say really quick, Jab Queen, and this is just, I'll let it go because he can go on and on and on and on and say how much
He
stuff
ain't
is
finna go
not
on because
true.
mother finna wrap this right on up. We've been up here 3 hours. Go ahead, Ju.
Right, because what he said is not true. But so the person who wrote the article breaking down the Zuffa boxing contract is a man by the name of Thomas Hauser. I don't know if people understand who Thomas Hauser is. He is like basically a boxing historian, has written about everything on the sport. This man in his 80s. So he understood the in and outs of all these different contracts before him. He's the one ringing the alarm saying, oh my God. He said it makes
I read that contract. That's why I got my
He
information.
said it makes Don King contracts. It makes Don King contracts look fighter friendly. And we know he was corrupt. So for Hacker to sit here and like, oh, they don't own their likeness. No, it isn't. Because if I'm a production crew and I put all the money into a production, yes, the network owns that particular production because I paid for the production, right? And then you can license, then there's a licensing fee. That's not the same thing as I own your likeness. That is absolutely not true. And you're conflating a whole bunch of things that you don't understand. If the person who's a historian who see all these different variations of contracts is ringing the alarm and saying this is highly irregular, saying, oh, everyone does that. According to the person who has looked at everyone's contract, he's saying it's not. So you're arguing against a boxing historian. You're lying. And maybe you're not lying. Maybe you're just misinformed. You don't know enough. You just like to argue because I think it's what you like to do. But you're spreading this information. The man is telling you it's not regular. This does not happen. They do not own other people's likeness. That's not true. It's saying it. He's saying it himself. And just recently, just now, you know who else came out and said, oh my God, Zuffa's a problem? Roy. Roy's like, oh, I don't know about that. I'm telling y'all right now. And then the thing that he explained about, oh, they're gonna have their own gyms and they're gonna have this. I don't know if y'all ever heard something when y'all grew up and we taught about in school called company towns. I don't know if y'all ever heard that term, but look it up. Ask your parents or grandparents about it. That's what they're creating. And they make songs about it. It's maybe they started with minors, where they basically put people youth work, but also they give you all the amenities so you never leave, and then they get money off of you so you never can afford to leave the company town. That's what they're doing. They're creating a whole ecosystem.
I thought the company town was like where they give you like stuff, but then they charge you for it, so you got to work.
Yes, they do. Yeah, okay. Right, and so it's like an ecosystem. So guess what? You'll never get out because you'll end up owing before you're able to leave. That's the whole.
Well, let's start with the fact that the only reason they were even able to get that, they were only even able to push it through Congress to the House is because with the concessions that they had to lower it to only 6-year contracts. Can you imagine what the hell Dana White really wanted if they had to reduce them to 6-year contracts? That was the only way they were going to allow them to pass it. They had to make sure they had double ambulance instead of just the one because Dana ass only wanted one goddamn ambulance, one doctor for the whole goddamn thing. Y'all not paying attention, bro. But shout out to Michael and Cash App, and I hope you didn't want me saying your real name. I don't know if you got warrants and nothing like that. But thank you, baby. Shout out to you on the Cash App. But Boxing Hacker, wrap this up, baby. Come on.
So here's the thing, right? Like, I hear what you're saying. Like, the 6-year, people sign long-term contracts in regular boxing anyway. Like, it's not like all that stuff. It's not that I'll fetch like right now, you know.
And the standard is 3 years, is it not? The standard is what, 3 years or 2 or 3 type deals?
Yes, the standard is 3 years. The standard is 3 years.
It's person to person. You know, it can be different. And then if you become a champion, then
it's always a standard contract. It's always a standard contract, brother.
No, everybody's contract is a little different.
Or do you go to school for sports management? Do you go to school for sports management?
Bro, it's not just standard in boxing.
I'm asking you a question.
Oh my gosh. Just Google it. You'll figure it out. Okay, so anyway.
I'm telling you when it comes to standard boxing contract is.
No, he didn't tell you to figure it out, Dodger. Boxing Hacker, you be up here talking
just Google. I mean, to act like everybody has the same contract is crazy, but
nobody said everybody had the same contract. I said a standard contract.
But who's standard? Whose standard are we talking about?
Oh my God. Boxing Hacker,
Yeah,
wrap
like
it up, baby.
everybody's like there's different promotional companies. What's the standard? What standard to what promotional company? So
Oh,
anyway,
thank you,
moving
so
forward.
same, baby.
So moving forward, like when it comes to even the likeness, they do own part of your likeness. Like I don't understand why that's hard to understand. Like you're like once you have a fight, your fights can only be shown on maybe on their network. You know, like they own part of that likeness. You can't just do things that you want to because it affects them, and they can even sue you. You know, if you start messing up the brand. So it's not as plain kind of like you just have your own likeness right now. But what it is, so the real difference right now is really that currently in boxing, fighters are like contractors. That's what they are. They're ICs, they're
And
independent
on Zuffa,
contractors.
they will be
And
employees.
Zuffa, exactly. So that's the true difference. Like just think about any other job.
Pack this
If
nigga up, man. I'm
I'm an
tired of this
IC,
nigga, man.
hold on,
Damn, bro.
hold on, but
Shucks.
no, Deb. Let me just give you a thought experiment, right? If I'm an IC for any other job, right? I pay my own health insurance, right? I pay my, I have to handle all my taxing issues because I'm gonna owe the government. Because I probably do like a 1099 or just do a see a corporate to corporate situation, right? So all this stuff is on me as an individual. And sometimes you see people get their own tax preparers or their own accountants, right? Now, if I'm an employee, right now I get to help all these the company uses my compensation to give out like health benefits, different type of benefits.
You
And
also have a
and then
cap on your money when you're an employee, Boxing Hacker. You also have a cap on your money, baby.
exactly.
So
So,
listen
but
here.
here's the thing.
All right, Boxing
So
Hacker, you're
it's a question of
antagonizing
who
my
you
chat,
are.
baby. Hurry up and land your plane. I don't want to
So
be
the
rude.
question,
So just hurry up and land your plane.
the reality is who you want to be, right? If you want to have them handle certain situations, and you're gonna get to retain, you're gonna go Zuffa. If you just want to, freestyle it, you believe in yourself, like you can just like make money. Without Zuffa, then go with them, But also with going the current route, you most likely gonna end up getting promoted. Then you have to give them part of your money, So it's just different facets. I think Zuffa is a good idea. Current boxing is okay, but it also has issues. Both have issues. Both have good points to them.
Or you can listen to a historian telling you to run the other way, who actually has
Yeah, but I mean, no.
It's okay. That wasn't. I didn't want a response, baby. You've been
I'm
talking
about
for
to
30
say
days,
because
30 nights.
this is how I open dialogue. I've been trying to go stand up for 10 minutes.
It's all love.
I mean, not a damn
My
thing.
bad. My bad.
Nothing at all. But anyway, Boxing Hacker,
Yeah,
since
what's
you're
up?
up here, the question that I tried to run on off the door with, we done
Yeah.
got back on this Zuffa train. Who would you like to see Devin Haney fight? I did put a poll on my page. I don't know if you got a chance to look at it, baby. But a lot of
Yeah.
people voted for Ryan. Is that a fight that you look? And the reason I ask is because obviously we know he has a title fight coming up. Are you
Yeah.
rooting for Ryan in that particular fight?
I don't ever root for Ryan. So just to be clear, however, it's good that if he wins, it'll be a good unification and it'll be a big mega fight. So if Ryan wins, that's the best fight for Devin. If Ryan loses, Barrios or Xander Zayas is probably better.
Xander Zayas is at 154, so he's going up to 154.
Well,
he's going to go up to 154.
Yeah, because then they look interested in that fight, and if they beat Xander, Xander's the unified champion 154.
I'll tell you what, if he's pondering going up to 154, right? Why was he calling Boots out at 147?
Well, because Boots was the champion at 147.
No, Boots had already vacated and moved up.
No, he hadn't vacated at that time. Boots
yes,
he
had it. Yeah, no.
No, he was still. Boots was talking about vacating. He ain't vacated yet. Remember, Boots went to 154. Remember, Boots went to 154 with the title.
I'll tell you what, honey. If he goes to 154, if he puts a toe in that 154 water, I want him to challenge Ron Boots Ennis if he like that.
I think he beats Boots, but there's nothing good comes out of it.
Oh, hell no. All right, that's it. Now you done said too goddamn much. We're not doing you tonight. Are you out of your mind? Boots will beat that boy dead. Lord have mercy. This is what I'm talking about.
That boy off the damn chain, sis.
Did he just say that?
Yes, he did. Yeah, he absolutely believes in that.
Is he on medication?
He absolutely believes.
When the man said that Golden Boy owns Ryan's likeness, which is crazy because he has endorsements. That wouldn't be possible to have endorsements if they owned the likeness. That's what's so crazy. Once he said that, something factually wrong. that like he's gonna only repeat factually wrong. Like, you can prove him wrong, and he'll just repeat it and talk for an hour and just be wrong. It's just
Me, you will debate that. You won't win that debate. I'm trying to tell
I'm
you.
not
I'm not.
even listening
I
to
thought
you.
everyone going to.
You can't debate facts.
Get your ass off of here. How did you get back? He done hacked my panel. Boxing Hacker, be quiet.
Yeah, let me tell you something real quick though.
I'm not debating someone who don't know the difference between facts and opinions. I'm not. No, at the end of the day,
But you say something happening in the future and you call
I
it a
said
fact.
something that
Anything
you
happening in the future
are
is not a
factually
fact.
wrong. There's nothing else to talk about. You're factually wrong. I'm not about to entertain someone
Under
who's
what grounds am
factually
I
wrong all
factually
the
wrong?
time. You're
Boxing
factually
Hacker,
wrong.
stop it. Listen. All right, final thoughts, because I got a headache now. Boxing Hacker, you done ruined my damn night. What final thoughts? Jesus Christ. Where's my aspirin?
I
Final
miss you
thoughts,
too,
Hacker.
Jude. Yeah. What's up?
Please. Final thoughts. Come on.
Oh yeah. So when it comes to the boots, the only thing about boots, and I said it with Brian. I know people think it's far fetched. I know people are picking boots to win that fight. I personally am not picking boots to win that fight. But I think if Devin beats Boots, it doesn't really do as much because everybody picked Brian Norman to beat. A lot of people picked Brian Norman to beat Devin, and the moment Devin beat Brian Norman, everybody said Brian Norman was too green or not that good. I feel like that would be the same exact thing if he beats Boots. Like people might give credit. Oh, Boots was great, but people only based on the eye test. But he was
I'm
winning at
next.
147. But
I'm
if he
next.
beats Boots, like everybody's just gonna be like, oh, he was supposed to, like, he's been boxing longer, he accomplished more, he needs to do something more. Boots, what we were probably gassing Boots. I think that's all that's gonna happen. But if he beats Xander Zayas, no matter what you say about Xander Zayas, Xander Zayas is unified. So there's actually a
See,
objective.
I forgot who I was talking to. You one of them trinket people, not competition
Yeah,
people.
because
See, you
because
talking to
it's
somebody
not
who's about competition. I don't give a damn about them belts, honey. Give me a good fight over a trinket any day. I don't care nothing about that.
But here's a jab, Queen. You're asking somebody to fight the contender versus the champion. Well, he's not a contender, I guess. He hasn't sort of is like a contender. I don't know. It's sort of weird. But you're asking somebody to fight Boots who has nothing at 154 versus a unified champion at 154.
The bounty on boxing.
What happened to the best versus the best? What happened to the best versus the best?
The bounty on Boxing Hacker is now open. I will start the bidding at $5. All right, it's on you, Dondrick.
Okay, yeah.
I can't
so I want to see Shakur fight. I want to see Hitchens. If not, I wanted to see fight Puello because I believe Puello is in line to fight Dalton Smith before anyone else. I think people forgetting that. So yeah, he has dibs on that belt. So I think I wouldn't mind Shakur fighting him because Puello is a dip. He's one of the best fighters at 40, and no one brings him up. But or Frank Martin. People don't bring up Frank Martin either. So, but I think Frank Martin needs another fight just to showcase that he is a good fighter at 40. And if Devin at 47, I would like him to fight Karen. He ain't got nobody to fight right now. Karen's open. It'll be a good. He was a former top contender. Hey, he beats him. Hey, he proven that he beat somebody that Boots beat, and he's better at the division.
Okay, I can get jiggy with that shit. And we said Shakur.
Yeah, I said. I want him to see Rich to his or Frank Martin.
That's a good fight. The Hitchens fight. Frank Martin. Sin. That's what's up. Oh, okay. Well, Boxing Hacker, the bounty on your head has been paid, baby. We'll see you next time. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining the panel. All right, brother, who you want to see? That boy, the figurine, Shakur the figurine, that's what they call him. Who you want to see him fight, and who you want to see Devin fight outside of Ryan, because we already know.
For Shakur, me personally, I'm with him trying to campaign and do his thing at 140. For as the guys at 140, of course, Gary and both Africa, both of those guys got their straps on the line coming up in a couple of weeks on the 21st. So I would definitely love to see him mix it up with Gary Russell for sure. I would say in particular. And the other champions, what I mean? Go ahead and unify up, come undisputed and do your thing up there. 147, rehydration clause. Nobody's asking for Shakur to fight Conor Ben or fight any of those guys at 147, man. So I'm not with all of that shit. If he makes a situation with Devin, That's the only fight I would, be interested for as him if he was to do the 147 shit. If he on that type of timing. But other than that, um, far as Devin in particular, of course everybody know I want to see him fight, the winner of Ryan and Mario, but the Hanos fans is scared as fuck of that fucking fight. For some fucking reason. Like I don't know what is wrong with these guys. These guys is some scary ass niggas, man. I don't know what it is. They scared of Ryan Garcia. They pushing away from him and all of that shit. But that's what, of course, that's what I would want. But if anything, I mean, shit. I mean, 147. He's limited because he don't have no options for real. Because everybody busy. You know what I'm saying? Like
you talking about Ryan? You talking about Devin?
Yeah, Devin's limited because everybody at 147 busy.
But is Karen busy? Dondrick brought up a good point. Is Karen busy?
Hey, Karen ain't busy. Shit, he sent his ass off her.
Did just fight? I thought he did. I think he just fought the nigga that Brian Norman fought. What's that nigga name? That had him on the wobbly legs too. Oh God, I forget his name.
Boca Chicken?
Nah, the other one. Start with a C or Santillan.
Oh,
didn't he just fight?
Giovanni just fought last week.
Okay,
yeah, he just fought last week. I mean,
all right.
Giovanni at 54. Giovanni moved up.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, you remember we was pairing him up with Xander Zayas, sis?
Oh yeah, that's right. Damn.
Yeah, he at 154 now. And I mean, other than that, I mean, 147. I mean, Lewis Crocker's about to fight Caro. March 5th. Stanionis out there. No, Karen is out there. Those guys is available. Tiger Johnson is available.
Yeah, I want that fight now. Yeah, you know what? Change my Tiger Johnson. Get down where you're mad at.
I mean, for me,
Tiger Johnson's available.
I think it should be Tiger Johnson versus Sean Haney. Yeah, you kicked it off.
Hello.
Your big brother can't say you all the time. That's why you gotta be careful now. So no, that's what I want for him. But I mean, Devin, at one point, I just feel like he fought like not too long ago, right? And then Ryan's about to fight, so we're gonna get the winner of Ryan versus Barrios pretty soon. I don't understand why that just can't be next. Like he's not long wait for it, and then because then their schedules are not that misaligned. They can just go ahead and take care of that. And that's to me not only he's kind of tied to Ryan now. That's his biggest fight too. Like that's a huge fight. I don't see why you wouldn't be running for that. Because other than that, you're just calling out people at 140. I don't get the point. Like that was the point. You could have stayed at 140 if you're gonna do that. I like that fight. And again, like you said, Karen's available. And he's ranked.
Hey, Nyla, how you doing, baby?
Yeah, I think he's number 2. I think Karen's number 2 in the BO, which is the belt that Devin has. And Jack Catterall, but I think didn't Catterall? I ain't too hot on Catterall sometimes, but I forgot that Catterall's fought recently.
Catterall.
They say Catterall's fighting somebody in California.
Okay,
I can't remember. I'll let y'all know. I had to look it up. I gotta let y'all know.
Yeah, I just don't see why we just can't get that.
Go ahead, Dean, because I was shutting it down, baby, but I saw you in the back. What's up?
What's going on, y'all?
Dean, my brother, was good, brother.
Everybody on this panel, y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I love you. I got a bone to pick with everybody. Yeah, Dean got a bone to pick with everybody. Yup, Jab Queen, I came here to start shit on the way out the door. Yes, I did.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, I did.
Lock the door and unplug the phone. We got a situation.
We got a situation, y'all. We gonna hold these boxers to the same standard that they held Gervonta Davis to for the last 5 years. These niggas need to fight each other. I don't want to hear about Keyshawn fighting somebody else. I don't want to hear about Devin fighting somebody else. I don't want to hear about Shakur fighting somebody else. I want to hear about all the people that we talk about and take up hours of our time. We got to argue with Boxing and Hacker for 45 minutes. We ain't arguing with Boxing Hacker over goddamn who somebody Dalton Smith. Okay? No. What will be a shame in boxing if these fighters that we talk about all the time, we talking about 4, 5, 6 of them,
all go through their career and don't fight each other. That will be the biggest travesty in boxing. Nope. I need to Keyshawn, you not fighting Devin. You need to fight Richardson Hitchison. Oh, Shakur, you need to fight Gary Antoine Russell. Nobody. You need to go fight Devin Haney at 147. Devin, oh, you not fighting Ryan? Well, you need to fight Karen Kuka Dodgers. You need to go fight Jerome. We not doing this, y'all.
Well, supposedly Devin is looking to fight Xander, but I just told Boxing Hacker and Frequent Fire Random off the block that if Devin Haney steps a foot at 154, he better be calling out Jerron Ennis if he really liked that.
That's all, y'all.
And no other rule we gotta keep. So even if Devin does fight like a Keyshawn or a Shakur, we can't give him credit because he's pulling people up. Ain't that what they said? You can't pull people up. So you can have the fight, but you can't get credit for it because you're pulling someone up. We're gonna keep the same energy they did with Tank. I'm sorry.
Hey, I will say this though. If we want to keep it keep it 100, we should hold Devin to the standard of the tweet that he put out, and him saying that he gonna knock off little bro, then go after big bro type shit.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Hey,
he said little bro then big bro.
Send an offer, man. Send them an offer. You know what I mean? If they on that type of time, if Bill was in that man DM promising him a fight. Hey, send that man an offer, man.
He don't get credit for either because you pulling folks up. You putting people on. You had them on your list and they were still at 135. You get no credit because it's a cherry pick.
Hey, guess what, Juke? Remember,
I would say this. The part though is Keyshawn. He's not going to get. He said, of course, he mentioned Lewis Crocker, but Lewis Crocker obviously, like I already mentioned, he's about to fight Leon Pyro March 5th. So he's not about to get that fight going up to 147. So what would be the fight for him at 147 for him to start?
Did nobody care when Tank? Wait a minute. When Tank was trying to fight Loman, it fell through, and then he tried to get Shakur, and then Shakur had his multi-fight deal, and everybody else was available. And so Tank said, "Okay, well, I got to fight someone. I'll fight a champion coming up." He didn't nobody give him any slack or grace. So I don't care if anybody available. Too bad. I'm applying the same rules y'all applied to Tank. I'm applying it to them. It's a cherry pick. Fine. Pull up Keyshawn. Now you're pulling up a contender. You pull up Shakur. You're pulling up a new champion who only had one fight at 140. It's a cherry pick, and you better win. You better dominate. You better knock him out. Actually,
hey, Juke. Guess what, Juke? I got one better.
I don't think that he's beating. I don't think that Devin can.
I don't know that. He said Shakur and Keyshawn ain't low. I don't know that. I don't know that.
Guess what, y'all? I got one better for y'all.
We don't know
that.
Hey,
Dank, my guy. I love him to death.
Same rules. He almost moved the goalpost.
Dank, I love you to death, brother. Love you to death. But I know somebody who was fighting the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, and he moved up, and they said if he beat the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, Dank, he still don't get no credit. Y'all remember that guy? That guy Canelo Alvarez? He was fighting Bud and pulled Bud up and said he don't get no credit. So guess what, Devin? Yeah, you got to fight Shakur. You got to fight Keyshawn, and you ain't going to get no credit for it. I mean, Canelo wouldn't have got no credit for beating Bud, right? How dare I disrespect the great Bud Crawford like that and dare let y'all get credit for bringing somebody up when Canelo Alvarez wouldn't have got credit for beating the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, baby. Closing arguments, Cam?
Hey, I ain't got much, sis, man. Hey, salute to you, sis. Hey, make sure y'all hit that like button on the playback. Hey, congrats to my sis on 1K. And I'm out of here.
Yes, it's a journey, baby. All right, see you later. Dondrick, outside of us wanting these niggas to fight real niggas, what else we got going on?
Oh, it's always fuck Shakur and fuck Devin. All right, I'm out of this motherfucker.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. Thank you, baby. Lord, he meant that. Juke, take us home, baby.
Hey, well, dang. Okay, I ain't gonna say all that because like they're still.
I mean, really.
Ooh,
language.
Okay. What they do to you?
Language.
Yeah, I'm just keeping. I'm a person where I think I started off with, hey, I'm being open and and I try to give everybody. I try to use the same rules for everybody, but once I've learned the hard way that's not what we do here on YouTube. Nope, I'm not giving out grace. If you put a certain rule book on one person, you're gonna have to eat that same rule book. That's just is what it is. And I know people are saying, "Oh, but Keyshawn and Keyshawn and Shakur are more talented." I don't know that. We assume they're more talented. Their styles, I've never seen them fight. I don't know how Shakur looks against a pure boxer. I don't know how Shakur looks against somebody who I don't know. We're assuming that we have to see the fights. So therefore, the rules are the rules. And I'm sorry, what's so funny is that people were picking, particularly Shakur, picked Roach to beat Tank. Everybody said that Roach was going to be a hard task for Tank, even Tank, but no one believed it because y'all some casuals and y'all really don't pay attention, because if it's not a bigger name or a popular name on YouTube, you don't pay attention. I said Roach was going to be harder for Tank than Frank Martin was. But they like, you just trying to big up Tank. And now y'all like, he got to rematch him, because y'all don't really like boxing like that. Y'all like to come on here and argue and be sassy. But anyway, I was just saying, but anyway, I mean, I'm cool with whatever, but I still love Shakur as a fighter, and I like Devin as a fighter, but I do think Devin needs to get back. To me, that's the most important thing. And any other talking about anything else doesn't make sense to me, especially since they had this issue with pulling people up in weight for a smaller man, right? He's pulling people up in weight, and he's smaller than people that's coming up. So I don't understand. I don't understand why now that rule is different now. You know, I'm not trying to hear it. I think he needs to go ahead and get his get back. 147 is not a good division right now, so we don't care about any of the matchups other than that matchup, because it's kind of a wasteland. It has to kind of be rebuilt. 140, to me, Shakur can stay at 140, or he can go back down to 135. Because actually, I would love to see him and Abdullah. I still wanted the Tank fight, but once he said forget Tank, I'm fine with it. I'm gonna leave it alone. But there's still some matchups at 135 I would still like to see. So, you know, they have some options. But that's all I really got. Thank you so much for having me, Jab Queen, and congratulations.
Of course, anytime, baby. Thank you.
No problem.
Yes, yeah, we are moving and grooving, baby, and we are building slowly. We're gonna start getting some more babies up here. I think Elijah, he has a fight at the end of this month. We're gonna try and get him back over here to help promote his fight too. He's on that Manny Pacquiao card. With little Manny Pacquiao up there again. He ain't as good as his daddy, but whatever. We also have, like I said, Clarissa's fight, and we'll talk about that as we get closer. Y'all know how I feel about her, but we are going to talk about her fight, because she does have a fight coming up, and we are going to make sure we give it some coverage. As I told y'all, also on that card is Danielle Perkins, who she's also defeated Chad Kennelly. So we're going to see, like I said, if she can kind of trim down a little bit more and get down to maybe 160, we can get a little bit more competition possibly. But right now, this is what we have. I wasn't aware she said she wasn't going to fight Shadeja again. I got to go look at that. So we'll definitely keep y'all posted, and I will catch y'all on the next one, honey. Mother is out of this thing. Peace.